Right, 6 minutes to 3 o'clock. It's time for your football fix here from North East Hampshire, from the EBB Stadium. A very good afternoon to you, or good evening, or good morning, or good middle of the night, wherever you're listening from around the country and around the world. So I'm Rob Worrell, this is BBC Radio Surrey Sport Online, and you may be also on the BBC Sport app. We hope against hope that you can also hear me on the National League commentary TV platform, but we're not sure. Now, summariser alongside me today, the regular home summariser Steve Gibbs is away on holiday. We wish him well. He may or may not be listening at this point. And we did have one or two Aldershot players lined up today, but one by one they've fallen by the wayside. And I'm really pleased to say we've got a reliable pair of hands alongside me who's done it many times before. I did really want to allow him to go and have a good drink with his mates this afternoon, so thank you very much, Matt Foote, for joining us. Outside possibility of one other Aldershot player coming to join us, but I think it's unlikely at this point. So very good afternoon to you, Matt Foote.
Yeah, good afternoon, Rob. Good afternoon, listeners. Hope everyone is all well. Yeah, really looking forward to this one, Rob. You know, I think it's a good game, you know. So Aldershot's been a bit of a mixed start, hasn't it? We had that that great hype, didn't we, first game of the season, 5-2 against Oxford City, and there was a bit of a buzz around the place. And then I think more after the Ebbsfleet game, more than Oldham, there was just a little bit of downness about it. So good opportunity for Aldershot Town, you know, to get that hype around the EBB again, because these Aldershot fans over the last few years, well, they deserve to have a good home record this year.
They certainly do, and anybody that's only come to the home games will probably be in slightly more upbeat mood, having not been to the last two away games. Tommy Widrington says, and I concur to some extent, let's not get too high with a big win, let's not get too low with the defeats. It does feel overly emotional, overly dramatic. I know I was very down in my tones on Tuesday night at Ebbsfleet, which I thought was by far and away Aldershot's worst performance of the three. Apparently stats showing Aldershot have got the third highest XG in the league, which is expected goals, for those who don't know what that stat is. I've always been reluctant to accept that it means anything. It's a pointer, nothing more. At the end of the day, points and goals scored and goals against are what really count, aren't they, Matt?
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. There's a lot of stats in football this day and age, Rob, with all the data they get, but at the end of the day there's two stats that matter, and that's how many goals you score and how many goals the opposition score. They're the ones that, you know, that when we get down to business, they're the ones that everyone cares about. You know, and as the players come out here, Rob, you know, they're also, I'll be very hopeful that we can score more than York City today.
Good stuff, thank you very much indeed. That's Matt Foote alongside me. And the teams are coming out, as you may or may not have guessed. One result from earlier on today, the big guns did battle up at Chesterfield, and Chesterfield took the lead on the hour mark with Palmer, but James Norwood, who else, 90 plus 5, dug out a point for Oldham Athletics, so they will do battle again later in the season. Today is the battle of two sides that have mustered one win between them in their opening 3 games each. Aldershot Town back in that familiar position of 20th already against York City, who sit even below them in 21st with just 1 point from their first 3 games. One change for the shots today, and that is Josh Stokes, the 19-year-old who has adapted so well to the side despite coming up 3 or 4 divisions in the summer. He resumes in the number 10 position. Tyler Frost will drop to the centre of midfield. He'll pick up the place of Theo Widrington, who isn't quite fully fit after probably playing more minutes than he should have done on coming back from a hamstring. Geordie van Stapperscherp in goal, Harfield and Jones the wing backs, Kian Harries, Kobe Rowe and Haji Minoga the centre backs, Stuart O'Keefe and Tyler Frost in midfield, with Josh Stokes ahead of them trying to link up with Laurent Talage and Jack Barham. A reminder that Stokes, Talage and Barham all scored their first shots goals in the last and only home game this season, the 5-2 win against Oxford City. York City, well, a very expensively assembled squad that is yet to pick up a win in the National League, just the one draw so far for them. David Stockdale in goal, a back 4 left to right of Leviando, Tyler Cordner no less, Callum Howe and Ryan Fallowfield. Paddy McLaughlin, the experienced National League, is also the skipper. midfielder, Quevin Castro and Ollie Dyson, also highly rated midfielders, with Maz Kuyar and Callum Harriott playing just behind Deepo Akinyemi, who scored 2 of the 3 games so far. Our referee this afternoon is David Richardson. 1 game, 6 yellows and 1 red. That's probably about par for the course this season. Last season in the National League, 10 games, 33 yellows and 1 red. He refereed shots twice last year, and Aldershot won both games, 1 at home and 1 away. That's it, we've set the scene. Josh Stokes is going to take kick-off for the Shots, who are back in their home kit, but with red shorts as well. So red and blue striped shirts, red shorts, red socks. York City in white shirts, white shorts and navy blue socks. Tyler Corder's going to rise unchallenged to win the first header, and it goes to Stuart O'Keefe. He heads it forward looking for Barham, flicks it outside of him to Jones. Ball's helped on, picked up by Paddy McLaughlin, who gets a few more grey hairs every time I see him. Ball's going to go all the way through to Geordie van Stappershoef at the other end. Matt, of course, it's the first time you've joined me for a commentary this season. Without getting too carried away by 1 big win and 1 big defeat and another defeat, do you suspect deep down that Aldershot have got a stronger playing squad this season?
Yeah, I do, Rob. And just make sure nothing happened there before I started. Yeah, I do, Rob, because I think for me, if you look at the bench this year, your Ryan Glovers have been on the bench. I think every game, Tommy Willard and the likes of them. Last season, they would be starting 11 under this manager as well. Yep. So therefore, that tells me straight away we have got a stronger 11 this year.
Here's Talaj holding the ball up on halfway, but it's squirmed away from him, and then the York player has a heavy touch. O'Keefe wins it, gives it to Frost. Frost a little chipped. Ball out to wide to Aaron Jones. Can he keep the ball in? Yes, it is. Frost's back onto it. Tries the ball through the middle. Doesn't come off, but Stokes picks it up, edge of the area to the end. Sends it into Harfield. Harfield shoots. Side netting. Early chance for the Shots in just the 2nd minute. And I'm gutted that he missed, because my golden goal ticket says 2, Matt Foot. Ollie Harfield.
Great opportunity that, Rob.
0-0.
Yeah, great opportunity that. And I just wondered, as Stokes came inside, as he got inside past the corner, I wondered if he was going to hit it himself. But I think he decided, probably in hindsight, for the better option. Then unfortunately, Harfield, for me, should be hitting the target. But it's 0-0, good start from Aldershot.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think it probably was the right ball. But I've seen in pre-season, particularly as I've seen start, he's a very unselfish player, Josh Stokes. And he will probably push Ollie Harfield hard for Aldershot's top assister this season, I would have thought, all things considered. Ball out to the left. Callum Harriott has a stinker of a touch, and it goes into touch, and he's given offside anyway. The Shots, I think I said, maybe I didn't, kicking towards the community stand at the High Street end in the first half. A word for the York City supporters, terrific support from them, as you'd expect. Big club, better times for them, little bit of money in the coffers. A very well assembled squad that still needs to gel, and I would have thought something in the region. Let's have a little guess. We can have a guess each. I'm going to say close on 400 York fans across the stand and behind the goal. What do you reckon?
I'm generally not just saying this, Rob. I was going to say the exact same number as you.
Yep.
Yeah, generally.
But until we hear better. Before I forget, may I say hello to somebody who's not... Well, let's come back to it. Aaron Jones. Really poor ball inside from him, as Aldershot look to counter-attack against York, who are countering themselves now. Ball over the top. It's bouncing on nicely. Enough pace on it to take it through to Geordie van Stappershoef. I want to say hello and a goodbye. Hello is to Paul Blundell. Does so much voluntary for this club. Be breaking his heart not to be here this afternoon, but Paul, I know you're not too well. I also understand you are listening. Get well soon. Get back in the EBB Stadium as soon as you can. And a goodbye from me, even though it's not his last day today, to Ricky Cope, Pugs. Voluntary, does the golden goal. Been doing it for years. He's moving up to Scotland, and he will be here for the last game against Wealdstone. I hope the Shots fans can give him a really good send-off. Tollard has won it. Fed Barham inside the penalty area. He's in. It's a good save low down to his left by David Stockdale. Tyler Frost is screaming that he wanted a ball pulling back to him. But if you're Jack Barham, you're always going to shoot there, Matt. Second chance for the shots, 4 minutes gone, 0-0.
Well, first of all, what a great press to force the error, and that was a great press. And then when they get in there, we really, with the two chances we had, Aldershot should be 1-0 up in this game right now. Take nothing away from the goalkeeper, good save from him. But yeah, no, I agree. If you're Jack Barham, you're centre forward, you're going to shoot every day of the week there, aren't you?
Corner to the shots, 4.5 minutes gone. Good start from the shots in from half field. Headed away at the far post, comes back in. Tolaj will potentially just poke it here to Harfield. Harfield switches onto his left, gets across into the far post. Looks like it's going over everybody. Should be picked up by Kian Harries on the far side. Strokes it to Stokes, who sends it across. Barham jumps, can't get onto it. Cleared. Maybe a coming together. Nothing given by the referee. Hooked forward by McLaughlin. And it will be chased down now by Deepo Akinyemi, who squares it to the on-rushing Callum Harriott, who squares it again. And then it's a poor ball looking for Kevin Castro. And the shots are able to go back to Geordie van Stappershire. Ball into the chest of Stokes. Lovely chest down. Ball lifted over the top. Tolaj will compete for it with Tyler Cordner. Cordner cushions the header back. And what a lively first 5 minutes we've had. And I don't want to be ifs and buts and maybes, but the shots could and should be ahead, Matt.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We've had two good opportunities and we've missed them both, and we should be 1-0 up. But yeah, it's one of them, Rob. You know, it's a good start, a lively game. Like, York looked very, very dangerous on the counter there. They should have done a lot better there. They had a man over and a man spare, and if it wasn't for a better ball, should have been a better ball, they'd have been in on goal.
First goal that I can see in the 3 o'clock kickoffs this afternoon in the National League has gone to guess who? Southend United, 1-0 up against Hartlepool. Good afternoon to Gary Michael D listening at Malaga Airport. Times I've been in an airport, listened to commentary, Aldershot have been ahead, touchdown at the other end, and we've thrown it. That's happened a few times. At the moment though, of course, it's 0-0, 6 minutes gone. York lift a ball over the top, and it's the shots who've started better, Matt, and York just kind of look like a team of which so much is expected that they're not quite ready for. I mean, if you were to take a snapshot of 6 minutes anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Snapshot of 6 minutes. It's hard to tell with this early doors, but there's just been a couple of little mistakes, and they're not mistakes that I think, you know, when we won that press, there's not really too much the manager can do about. They're individual errors, and for me, I know they just they haven't quite gelled. That's what it looks like to me. Just haven't quite gelled a new assembled team. Where Aldershot, by the way, are also a threaded new team who are looking sharp here, looking really, really good, who have gelled.
And yet again, Josh Stokes has settled brilliantly into the game. I think every touch he's had has been good.
Wonderful.
And he's either set up directly a chance or passed it to someone who could set one up. Here's Tolaj back on the ball. In pre-season and the first league game, he was shooting on sight, Tolaj. I want to see him get back to that. Here's Barham jumping, he can't win it. Cordner does, the ball breaks loose. Castro's beaten to it by Stokes. Ball feeds to Frost. Frost looks to feed Tyler, 1-2 with Barham, into the area now. Jones squares it across, ball back, Harfield will get it in, edge of the area, clips it into the far post, and it's headed behind. Is that a corner to shots? No, offside, given against Aldershot. 6 yards out, and it'll be a free kick, goal kick, whatever you want to call it, for York City, who will be very relieved 7.5 minutes in, Matt, that they're not behind.
Yeah, another good opportunity from Aldershot again, and again it's that high press, isn't it, that's causing York a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for, not panic, but just a little bit of unsureness at the back maybe.
Uncertainty, yeah.
Uncertainty, that's a better word, Rob, that's the word I'm looking for.
No worries.
A bit of uncertainty at the back, and I think that high press is what is causing the problems that York are having at the minute.
Akinyemi flicks on to Callum Harriott, and now Ollie Dyson, highly rated midfielder, feeds the York City number 11 Maz Kuyar out to the right hand side. I think he's going to run out of pitch. He is indeed. It'll be a goal kick to the shots. I tell you what, just about every minute of every ball kicked at home this year, which is about, I don't know, what's say 105 plus the 8 today, has been exciting. You know, the levels, I was absolutely drained after that first commentary here. Of course, 7 goals, a lot of highs, a lot of excitement. Here's Tolaj, can't quite take the ball in his stride. Hello, David Miles, who's listening from Bangkok. He says, yeah, have a great day. And same to you, David. Sun's peeking through the clouds here at the EBB. It's goalless after 9 minutes. The shots could and should be ahead. Chances for Harfield and Barham in the opening 4 minutes, and York City have a throw on the far side, and it's a good strong challenge, and they come away with the ball. Maz Kuyar on the right tries to get his cross in, it's cut out well by Harfield, cleared, but it's going to come back in from Ryan Fallowfield, a deep cross to the far post. Geordie van Stappershoef rises and just palms it away from the very interested Callum Harriott at the far post. Harriott, who's already got his York City account under open this season, as has Deepo Akiyenmi, the big hope up front, wearing the number 9 shirt. He's come down from Scottish football and got a couple of goals already. Mickey Morton is the York City manager. Big things expected of him, and very, very quickly indeed. Otherwise, we could see another managerial change there. Throw comes in, flicked on at the near post by Howe, headed away by Harries. Only as far as Kouya. Kouya feeds Dyson. Oh, Josh Stokes does really well to get his body in the way and win the ball, and holds it up. What pace, what strength he's got as a 19-year-old. Has had it wrestled off him now, though. And now York might get a clipped cross into the far post. Howe's there, heads it back across, headed away by O'Keefe, and up as far as Tolaj, who tries to tow it into space and get away. Still got the ball. It's poked into touch by Tolaj. Throw in to York City, and it's a breathless start. 10 minutes gone, 0-0. Matt Foot.
Yeah, a breathless start, as you say, Rob. You know, but Aldershot looking really more dangerous of the two, but take nothing away from York here, Rob. They're on the counter attack in particular. They are looking really good and catching Aldershot out. I think Aldershot, where they play that 10 and the 2 strikers, play with both. But sometimes might leave themselves a little bit open, Rob. I think a little bit, and that's where York might then look to counter. Cross
in from the right from York. Kobe Rowe heads it into touch. It'll be a throw in on the other side. Good afternoon to Colin Hayden in Tenerife. Hi Rob, sounds like a great start. Let's hope we can keep it going and get 3 points. Those of red and blue persuasion will concur with that, I'm sure. York City have got a throw. What are they? Are they lining up for a long one? Yes, they are. We know of the obvious threat of Tyler Cordner, who's up there. Quevin Castro's a big guy as well. The throw is taken short to Harriott. He clips across in. Kobe Rowe will head it away. And Josh Stokes competes with McLaughlin. McLaughlin always had the advantage there. Barham bounces off of Ando. He marauds forward onto his right foot, tries a shot from distance, and it's creeping towards the right hand post of Geordie van Stappershoef. He falls on it and makes the save. And had it beaten him, which it was never going to do at that pace, I think it would have bounced off the outside of the post at best. Never really felt like a new moment to me. Did it to you?
No, not really, Rob. And I was just going to make a little point here, Rob. Like, obviously, Aldershot fans will be predominantly the ones listening, and obviously Tyler Cordner's the one we all know. But Callum Howell, by the way, is a very, very good centre back at this level. I'm right in saying he's the guy from Solihull Moors, yeah? Yeah, really, really good player. And sent him a minute on.
1 sec. Sorry, mate. Well, no sign of the Desmond yet, but Aldershot could be 2 up. They had 2 chances in the first 4 minutes. Harfield shooting into the side netting when fed by Josh Stokes, and then Tolaj robbed a York City defender, fed Barham, who shot point blank. The keeper made a good save for York, David Stockdale. Tyler Frost was bawling out to Barham for not passing it square to him. High tempo start. You weren't here last week, Joe, or a couple of weeks ago, but we were. It's got a similar feel to that. Heaven knows how many goals we might be in for, but 12 and a half minutes gone, it's 0-0. Throw into shots in the right back position, and Matt Foot, sorry to cut you off.
No, that's all right. No, I was just saying, like, it wasn't really a massive important point, but Callum Howell at this fair, that's a really, really good partnership. They've got both got aerial threat and both scored goals.
Here's Barham trying to get in on the right hand side. Howe gets a touch on it, tries to chase his own touch, it drifts into touch, throw into Aldershot, down by the corner flag. Tarvin Campbell has scored his 2nd goal in a week for Wealdstone. Shots take the throw quickly with Aaron Jones, feeds Kobe Rowe, tries a cross in, that's headed away at the near by Paddy McLaughlin. Kean Harries with a header, not a great one, but O'Keefe does well to get onto it, and then may have fouled his man. Oh no, he's won the foul, Stuart O'Keefe. Aldershot have taken it quickly, and the referee's allowed it, and it bounces free and almost runs into the path of Jack Barham, but it runs across him agonisingly, Matt. And credit to the referee, David Richardson, for letting the shots go quickly there. Here comes Ollie Dyson now. Counter-attack from York, ball squared in, cleared away by Haji Minoga. And I tell you what, we've had no goals, but the crowd are loving this. And I think we're enjoying it too, Matt.
Yeah, it's end to end, isn't it, Rob? We've gone for 1 minute, the ball across the 18-yard box, and we're just wondering, can Barham get on the end of it? He couldn't. Next thing you know, York down the other end are on the counter attack again, which we just said, and it's a ball in, and Haji Manoga, as you rightly say, Rob, cleared up really, really well, came across his partner there and cleared up in behind.
I can't remember the name of the character at EastEnders, but this is the referee that looks like that character. I'm just trying to think of the name. Do you know the guy I mean?
Yeah, I can't think.
I haven't seen EastEnders in a lot of years, but anyway, never mind EastEnders. Aldershot almost got in then. Tommy Widrington, as animated as ever, just down below us to the left, takes a sip of his bottle of water, suited and booted, and determined to see his shot side bounce back here this afternoon. There's a good ball into the path of Kevin Casfield, but it would have been if he'd done the basics right and controlled it. Aldershot win it, and Frost turns nicely away from his man, Harriet, who's chasing him. Doesn't realise that Harriet's there, gets up and recovers well, does Frost. And Aaron Jones plays it off of McLaughlin. I think Frost thought he'd broken away from Callum Harriet, but Harriet, to his credit, came snapping at his heels again. And Tommy Widrington might want to just sit down and cool down a little bit before the referee gets too interested. I mean, one of the changes this year, we're seeing it. Any kind of dissent, bang, yellow card. Managers, players, anything. They're trying really hard to kick it out. And there's going to be some growing pains in the meantime, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely, of course there is. And I'm a little bit worried about O'Keefe here, mate. He's just taken some tape off as well, and a couple of times this season now he's gone down, isn't there? So I'm a little bit worried about O'Keefe here. The physio's on. We'll keep a close eye on that one for you listeners.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
but players from both sides coming over for drinks. O'Keefe getting some injury treatment. I think he'll be all right, but part of the problem for Stuart, I spoke to him after the game up at Oldham last Saturday, and I don't know if that interview's in the public domain or not, but he said, yeah, he's not quite there yet. He didn't really have much of a pre-season. I guess he didn't have a club. I mean, I'm sure he was keeping himself fit, but he's kind of trying to play himself in, and the sort of thing that you do with an older player like that who's got the experience. But we hope that he can just get through this kind of upping of the competitive minutes over these opening few games of the season. He's quite a key player for Shots. Apparently is second in the National League already for pass completion.
I saw that.
94%.
Yeah,
now, okay, he's in the middle of midfield, he's a pivot, he gets it, gives it, his percentage will be high, but still second highest in the National League.
Yeah, he's a quality player. You can see he's played the Premier League, and he's going to come off here, Rob.
I think he is going to have to, isn't he?
Yeah,
well, Shots have got a few midfielders. Ethan Burnett, I think, will be favourite to come on. He has come on in the last couple of games. I think he is getting stripped now, but that is a loss for the Shots, who seem dogged when they bring in an experienced player with an early season injury. Going back 3 or 4 seasons, it keeps on happening, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. I think if you're, I didn't know that, Rob, about his pre-season, but if he's had not much of a pre-season and he's an older player and he's starting week in, week out, then yeah, I think for me that it's going to happen. You think the pace of the game now, Rob, is so quick. It's so quick, and this pitch also is big pitch as well.
So Ethan Burnett is on for the Shots, and I think that means that Aaron Jones will have taken the armband. Yes, he has. He's now the Shots skipper. Throw in from Jones into Frost, who plays it back out, and Aldershot play it across. It's not a great pass, but thanks to the recovery pace of Haji Manoga, who I'm going to put it out there, I've not seen a faster player in the National League. Turn from Tolaj, but he turns into trouble. And I'm also going to make a prediction now, 4 games into the season, second home game. Josh Stokes will be in the Football League next season, and I know it's ridiculously early, but he's just got such quality in everything he does. And as I say that, he heads it straight to the York City player. A few goals flying in the National League. I'll update you when I can. But Frost just won the ball for Shots. Up to Barham. Heads it, just sit down. Now he's squared up by Ando, and plays it inside to Burnett. Frost can't quite win it, but does enough to win it for Burnett. Burnett up to Tolaj, into Frost. Ball through to Barham. Barham can't quite get the touch he wants. Cordner goes back to his goalkeeper, who has a big old slice and sends it into touch on the far side. Right, quickly, these other scores. Gateshead took the lead against Ebbsfleet, Kenton Richardson, but Ebbsfleet have equalised already. Solihull Moors 1, Dorking 0, Cade Craig. Barnet 1, Woking 0, Zach Brunt, and Rochdale 1, Eastleigh 0. Here at the EBB, it's 0-0 between the Shots and York. Here's Josh Stokes on the ball on their left side. Back heels it into the path of Tolaj. Missed by everybody. Aaron Jones squares it in. Oh, and it's missed again, followed up by Stokes. His shot hits Jack Barham. Oh my word. It's going in the far corner and it hits Jack Barham, who looks to the skies. Stokes could have done no more. Barham couldn't get out the way. And how are Aldershot not leading? 20th minute. Shots nil, York nil.
I hope it's not one of them days, but I just hope it's not going to be one of them days all shot in front of goal, you know, because when that ball fell to Stokes there, I thought, all the world, here we go, 1-0, and then it hits your own player, all for the world. I thought that was going to be 1-0.
Aaron Jones plays the ball off of a York City player, and the ball's into touch for a throw. The early indications of this match are good for the shots. They've had the 3 clear-cut chances so far, and they're getting more clear-cut chance by chance. Here's Tolaj coming short for the throw. Jones misses out play, gives it to Stokes. On this occasion his touch doesn't come off. The referee inadvertently makes contact with the ball. I think he'll give it back to Aldershot, who are in possession. The players from both sides are arguing. I think the referee might, because of where he is, give it to the defensive side, but Aldershot were in possession, Matt.
Yeah, I can see why York are annoyed though, Rob, because York gave the ball away after it came off, but they were just trying to play a little cute ball around the corner, weren't they? And then it's come off the referee and then fell into the path of an Aldershot player. I don't know. I think still, yes. Yeah, I've got to be honest, Rob, and call it as I see it. If I'm York, I feel a little bit hard done by there.
Yeah, I'd appeal if I was York, but Aldershot had the ball. They may or may not have misplaced the pass, but the referee got in the way of it, so he sticks to the rules. And here's Kobe Rowe wandering over halfway. I'd much rather that Haji Minoga was the guy wandering onto that, but that's a good return pass. Josh Stokes will look to get his cross in. Oh, it's touched towards goal by Tolaj and cleared back to half field, and Tolaj shoots and that's blocked. And Aldershot have had 5 chances in the first 20 minutes and they can't get it in the net. My goodness me, excitement levels are high, but they can't get it in the net. Double chance there, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely, double chance there. And you know, Rob, I'm just going to be honest here, and being a little bit blunt, we've got to take one of these opportunities. When you're on top, you've got to score, because this York team, otherwise you'll get the sucker punch one of them. It'll be one of them. So Aldershot, they're playing really, really well. Don't mean to be negative, but these opportunities, we're going to have to take one very soon.
Yeah, they're on top. They're still creating, certainly before half time, I'd say, because then York potentially might make some tactical changes. There's a ball across. Stokes can't quite get up for it. Harriott chests it down and goes back to his keeper. And it's fair to say, whatever your allegiance, we always call it as it is. York City is treading a fine line here, because the shots are well on top and they should be ahead. Dominic Polian, who got the equaliser for Ebbsfleet at Gateshead, his second goal in the week. Ball over the top on the back of the shoulder of Akinyemi, and then Aldershot clear it from Kian Harries up towards Stokes. Again holds off his man, and Stokes strokes it into the feet of Aaron Jones. Tolaj makes a forward run, twists, turns, tries to get away from his man Cordner. Cordner brings him down. Too tricky there from Tolaj. Free kick to the Shots. And Shots fans, we've got no goals to offer you. We've got no points in the bag as yet to offer you, but we have got a really positive start. We're exactly halfway through the first half. This Aldershot Town team is unrecognisable from the one that was at Ebbsfleet on Tuesday night. They've started with a right old head of steam today. 5 chances in the first 20 minutes, and they have a free kick now on the edge of the area. We might be updating our listeners very shortly. Tyler Frost into the area. It's headed away by Callum Howe. Oh, it's all Aldershot. It's 5 chances, Cam, in the first 20 minutes, and I don't know how they're not ahead. Harfield into the side netting. Tolaj fed Barham, who shot straight at the keeper. Stokes' shot hit Barham on the line. Tolaj had one that was blocked. The ball's come into the area again, and I think it might be about to disappear off behind the goal for a corner. No, it's kept in by York City. Really high tempo start. Aldershot with all 5 opportunities so far, and they've done everything but score. Shots nil, York City nil. Throw into York City in the left back position, and I hope, Matt, we're not getting unduly excited here. We keep saying don't get too high with the highs, don't get too low with the lows, but you've got to enjoy the moments in football. We did You know, a couple of weeks ago against Oxford City, it went Aldershot's way. They got the goals, they got the win, and we enjoyed it, didn't we? But on this occasion, nothing to show for all that early domination. And Ethan Burnett, I thought he won the ball cleanly. Referee David Richards thinks different, and Ethan Burnett accepts the decision, which is exactly the right thing to do. Harriott chasing the ball out to the left flank. He can't keep that in. Goes behind the goal. Goal kick to the shots. A healthy crowd in as well. I mean, I did say 2 weeks ago, anybody who came to that game will be here for the next match.
Yeah.
And of course, they've turned up, plus probably 400 or so York City fans, as opposed to 85 Oxford City. So we should be on for a crowd of around about 3,000, I'd have thought.
Yeah, 3,000, 2,800, probably closer to 2,800 for me. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what is announced later. I just thought I might have had to come back to you there, Rob. Bit rusty, sorry, mate.
You know, we're talking about it's a whole team, of course, for York City, but you look at their back line. Ryan Fallowfield, a National League playoff winner with Harrogate. Callum Howe, a National League winner with Lincoln City. Tyler Cordner, say no more. And Levi Ando, another player brought in with high expectations. Ball forward, one in the air by Minoga. He heads it into the path of Burnett, but Burnett is beaten to it by Quevin Castro. Castro's been shut down now by Frost. He's twisting, turning, plays a short pass to Dyson. Dyson's pass isn't good. It's cut out by Harries, who then has lost out as well. York City have got it on the edge of the area with Kuyar. Castro is unloaded by Tyler Frost. Barham onto the ball, holds it up. He's battling away with Ando. Needs to be careful he doesn't give a free kick. That's exactly what he has done. But he's playing like a man possessed, Jack Barham. We don't mind a bit of that, do we?
No, absolutely. I'll tell you one thing I've noticed more this season, Rob, under Tommy Richardson, off the ball. We put in a lot more tackles this year, don't we, than what we did in the last 2 years under previous managers. So that's one thing. I think Aldershot are a lot more aggressive under this manager, and I think that's what the EBB fans, one of the things that they've always been wanting to see a little bit more, especially at home.
Rowe with the ball forward, held up by Tolaj. One touch on his left foot, strokes it into the path of Harfield, who's no slouch getting forward, is he? Back to Tolaj. Tolaj, lovely ball through to Josh Stokes. He just always seems to know where to go to find a pocket of space. He's dragged Cordner out with him. Cross comes in from Harfield, and it's poor on this occasion and goes straight through to David Stockdale in the goal. But again, a simple bit of movement, control and pass from Josh Stokes, who I am loving watching in the red and blue of Aldershot Town.
100%, and I don't think you'll find anyone that will disagree with you, Bob, to be honest with you. He looks like he's going to be a wonderful footballer. You made the point earlier on about him being in the Football League, and I actually totally agree with that, because he's 19, is he? Is that right? You're 19 years of age, something like that. He's only going to get better and
certain
better.
Players come in, you know they're only going to be here a season. Joel Newblay was one. He's being fouled again now. Brilliant from Stokes. Ethan Chislett was one. You know when you watch enough football, you know when you see someone who's not going to be at this level for long. Here's Rowe with the ball into Tolaj. Again, a sharp turn from him. This time he's outwitted by Ando. He finds Castro. Castro, ball inside. Rowe a bit heavy against Kuyar, but nothing seen by the referee, nothing given. Tolaj with the ball into space for Jones. Jones with the early cross. It's not a good one. Cordner lifts it away from trouble. Only as far as Tyler Frost. Tyler to Tyler. And then Frost out to the left-hand side to Ollie Harfield, who's found it more difficult to get assists in the early part of the season. He's a known quantity now, isn't he? Ball forward from his cut out by Callum Howe. He clears it only as far as Kian Harries. And Harries finds Frost, who's immediately thrusting forward and looking for a forward pass if he can. In the end, he goes sideways to Rowe. And Rowe will feed the ball through to Aaron Jones. He's to the byline now. Squared, cut out behind for a corner. And Aldershot are getting in easily, and they're getting in often, and they've won another corner, and we want something to show for it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a wonderful disguised ball, wasn't it? Because he looked like he set his body up as if he's going to come out wide, and then that's where they're on the path, and that's where they've gelled, Bob. You know, because Aaron knew where the ball was going, Rowe knew where the ball was going. The only people that didn't know was that York City back line.
Well done, Kobe Rowe. I don't think it's his greatest attribute passing, but he's kept it simple. He's found himself in a bit of space, hasn't he? Right, Harfield with a corner from the community stand end into the near post, headed away by Akinyemi back there. Bounces once, it'll be taken down by Harfield. Trays a little ball down the right side to Frost. Frost with a beautiful cross in. Oh, it just dips underneath the bar. Harfield's got it. It's going to come back in again. Kian Harries. And it cannons into Ando, I think it is, who's back there. And off his derriere and back out for a throw in, which Harfield will come and take. Aldershot getting in for fun, crossing the ball in for fun. They just need a moment really in front of goal to make it count, and then this place could ignite. Well, it's ignited already without the goal. Tolaj touches the ball back to Harfield. Can he make room for the left-footed cross? If anybody can, he can. He goes back to Harries. Harries with the left-footed cross, headed away by Tyler Cordner. Only as far as Kobe Rowe. Rowe gives it back to Aaron Jones. Jones tries a cross. It's a good one, but I think the keeper should get that, and he does. Nice bit of whip on the cross, but unfortunately no one was making the run across the keeper. The keeper clears, and Kian Harries heads it up in the air. Now it'll be a battle between Akinyemi and Haji Minoga. Comes off of Minoga and goes back to Jordi van Stappershoef, who I'm delighted to say hasn't had a save to make or even a difficult moment in the opening 30 minutes, Matt.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think Tommy's been touching that on his interviews, hasn't he? Like, we've been losing games, but he hasn't made a save, and he's almost saying that he's feeling sorry for him a little bit. So, but yeah, no, he hasn't made a save yet, and hopefully, from an Aldershot point of view, we can keep this dominance up. Harries
is on the floor. He's tried to tackle, hasn't won it. Kuyar comes in with a shot. That's blocked by Harfield. Comes back out to Fallowfield. Cross comes into the far post. It's over the bar. Van Stappershoef doesn't have to take it. Offside flag's given anyway. Offside. Kidderminster 0, Bromley 0, but a Bromley player sent off there. Difficult start for Bromley. They are, I think, still without a win this National League season. And Hartlepool have equalised at Southend through Tom Crawford. Here at the EBB, the scoreline does not describe the game, does it, Matt Foot? 31 minutes gone, 0-0.
No, it's Aldershot's absolute dominance. You know, the only way York City look a little bit dangerous a minute is on the counter attack when we've got men forward. So that's something to be wary of. But Aldershot, no getting away from it. Aldershot by far the superior team. They're the dominant team. They've just got to do that. Put that ball in the back of the net now, because that's what football comes down to. Then they've always touched it. There's two stats that matter.
Yeah, goal kick from Van Stappershoef is headed into touch by Tyler Cordner. As Tolaj feeding Josh Stokes, getting it back. Can he get a shot away left-footed? It breaks loose. Doesn't quite run for Harfield. Offside flag against Aldershot anyway. And that gives me the opportunity, 31 and a half minutes in, to say the referee, David Richardson, I said he reminded me of a character from EastEnders. Thank you, Chris Adams. The actor that I'm thinking of, or the character anyway, is Max Branning, isn't it?
That's him.
That's the one, Max Branning, yep. I'm not sure, but I think this referee may have been at this level 3 or 4 seasons ago, gone up and maybe dropped down again, but I didn't see much of him in recent years. As I say, did referee Aldershot twice last year, and both games ended in Aldershot wins. Red and blue supporters will hope that is a good omen. We're 32 minutes in, and the York City goalkeeper needs treatment, so we're going to have another stoppage in play, and no doubt more added minutes. I'll not talk about that 5:35 train out of Aldershot ever again, Matt, because it's done now. It's history. 6:04 it is for a home game. I'll relax into that. What do you make of these new rules? What the thought behind them is good, isn't it?
That's why I'm hesitating. The thought, because at the end of the day, right, Rob, football is all about entertainment. Yeah, people come here to be entertained. But win, lose or draw, first and foremost, you want to win the game. But football, it's all about entertainment, isn't it? So you want the ball in play for as many minutes as possible in football. We all want that, right? Surely we all want that. We don't want all this ball out of play and time wasting, and no one wants that really. So yeah, I'm in the middle of it, but it does, I don't know, Rob, it just seems a little bit too excessive for me, some of these. Like that Oxford City game, that first half, the bit I didn't understand, and I don't know if you could share any light on this actually, Rob, the first half there was 10 minutes added on, full time 7, and I didn't quite understand that personally.
Yeah,
I didn't understand.
There's a number of goals, so it's 30 seconds at least per goal, 30 seconds per substitute. If anybody gets injured and goes off, they have to wait 30 seconds to come on. Any time wasting foreseen, any stoppages in play, where the ball's out of play, I think the referee's stopping his watch. So it's just got to settle down a bit.
I think so.
The biggest thing for me that can change quickly, and I said this personally off air to Tommy Widrington, just my opinion, stop your players showing dissent. You're only going to pick up quick yellow cards. Aldershot went and got 2 on Tuesday night at Ebbsfleet just for dissent. You're going to have players out suspended so much quicker. The smart team, the smart club, is the one that says cut out all dissent straight away. They're the ones that's going to have more players available at their disposal. Yes, less yellow cards. It's one thing appealing for something, but you one appeal in the right way and that's it. Don't go on, don't swear, you'll be straight in the book. It goes for the managers as well. Here's York City trying to find a bit of footing in this game. Cross in from the right hand side is poor. Well, no, it's not. It goes behind. It must have whipped off the heel of Ollie Harfield. At source, the sun's out. York City supporters we can hear now. Play on City. City play on. Corner over on the far side, going to be taken by Callum Harriott. And they've yet to register any kind of attempt at the Aldershot goal in the 35th minute. And we just hope that after Aldershot piling on the pressure for a good first half hour, Matt, they don't end up paying for it now. Ball comes into the near post, cleared up in the air by Ollie Harfield, and will go behind for another corner. And the York manager, under a lot of pressure, Mickey Morton, who incidentally is a very good friend. He went to the same coaching school as Ross McNeely. We'll be hoping that York can ride this out and score themselves. Aldershot have won it on the edge of their own area, and it's fed into the path of Minoga by Cian Harries. He is sent to the ground, no foul given. The ball breaks loose. Tolaj is on his right foot, squares it inside, and it's hammered out of the pitch, off the pitch by Leviando, as Aldershot couldn't quite get a shot away. I thought Hadji Minoga was taken out there. When the referee played advantage, I don't know. The ball did break to Aldershot, didn't it?
Yeah, no, it did break to Aldershot, and if it was the advantage, it's the right call. I did have a look at him. I didn't see that little signal though, Rob, to be honest with you. They sometimes wave the advantage. I didn't see that from him.
We're underway again. Here's Aaron Jones into... He's shoved off the ball inside the penalty area, and anywhere else on the pitch I think the ref would have given a free kick, but he hasn't given the penalty. Great tracking back from Ollie Harfield, and he goes back to his goalkeeper. I can see why they appealed. I can kind of see the referee thought it was a bit soft if he'd have given it. What do you think, Matt Foot?
Rob, we're honest and we call it as we see it, and I'm going to say no penalty for me. I think there might have been a tight little clip there, but I think he's thrown himself more to the floor than the clip. So.
More than ever this season, little shoves and pushes are not being given, are they?
Yeah, I agree. For me, no penalty.
And that's consistent with the season. It's a ball forward. Callum Howe heads it up in the air. Frost inside. The loose ball's picked up by Ollie Dyson. And Dyson feeds Levy Ando, who... and if they've changed shape, have they, York? I think they might have done, I think they might have gone to a 3 at the back and a 5-2 with Leviando as the right centre-back. I'm not sure, but he's definitely not playing in the position he started the game.
I think you're right, Bob. I think it's a good spot.
Fallowfield and Harriott are now the wing-back. Ball over the top, Ando's chasing it, and it's got too much on it, it'll go behind the goal. So, yeah, and it makes an awful lot of sense, really, when one team is so dominant for 25 minutes as Aldershot were. You've got to make a change, surely.
Yeah, absolutely. And it might be they're just getting to the half of where they can reset it. It could be a number of things. So they might stick with this second half, time will tell.
Good battle from
it's a good
from Barham, who manages to beat Cordner, but York City have an extra player back there. Frost knocked off the ball, really towering header from Mazkuya, but shots have won it back. And fed on the right hand side is Barham. He's going to run one-on-one against Cordner. Try and get his cross in, and it comes. Missed by the first. Tolaj pokes it further wide, looking for Harfield, but it's cleared by Fallowfield. And Aldershot Town, if they could just get that little bit of composure on the final ball of the chance, they'd be 2 or 3 up in this game. And the excitement is starting to give way to a little bit of frustration. A fully blooded pass through there from Jones back to Van Stappershoef. It almost took out Castro, who, to be fair, didn't make too much of a meal of it. Aldershot have the ball in possession of Hadji Minoga. Out to the left, looking for Harfield. They're appealing for offside. It's not given. It's cleared away by Ando. And there's a competition between Hadji Minoga and Akinyemi. The ball breaks to Kevin Castro. He drags his shot wide, and well done, York City. 38.5 minutes. First effort anywhere near the goal from the Minster men. 0-0.
0-0, Rob, as you rightly say, 0-0, and that was the first effort, and again a little bit of lack of composure there from York. That ball fell to him, and he had some time just to get that ball under control, maybe drive, maybe get it under, then shoot, but he decided to hit it first time and just scuffed his shot wide of the goal.
Ball down the right hand side, picked up by Barham. Cordner battles away to try and win it back. He's under a bit of pressure from Barham. He's got nowhere to go, and eventually makes a little bit of room to clear it forward. It's cut out by Jack Barham. I don't think there was a strong reaction either way for Tyler Cordner today, but I know the majority of Shots fans are going to give him a good reception before and after the game, and then give him plenty of stick during, and I think that's fair game.
That's fair game, yeah. He's got no issue with that at all.
And Tyler's okay with that. And I did have a chat with Tyler for a couple of 3 minutes before the game, and that will be on tomorrow or Monday's NL full-time podcast. Chat with Tyler Cordner. Here's Barham. Can he keep the ball in on the right hand side? He does really well. Battles, and Harriet can only put it into touch. Another throw into the Shots. York have slightly stemmed the flow after changing formation, but here's Lauren Talladge twisting and turning on the ball. Goes back now to Jones. Jones squares it to Minoga, who feeds it out to Kian Harries. Harries with the ball straight through the middle looking for Barham. Comes off his man, touches it into the path of Tyler Frost. Frost to Jones. Jones inside to Barham. One touch to get it under control, and then he's a little bit too easily pushed off the ball by Kevin Castro. Aaron Jones wins the ball back again. Plays it inside to Barham. Goes for the 1-2. Squares it. Goal! Aaron Jones for Aldershot Town. It's been coming, and it's arrived in the 41st minute, and my goodness me, they deserved it. Aldershot Town 1, York City 0.
Right, good goal, really good goal. That was full shot, and it could come and stop.
Sorry, Matt, we're going to describe a goal. You missed it by seconds. Joe, you've missed it by seconds, and as I said in commentary, it's been coming and it's finally arrived. A quite brilliant first half performance from Shots, who have been so dominant. They created 5 clear-cut chances in the first 25 minutes but couldn't score. Now in the 41st they have. Wave upon wave of attack, and this time Aaron Jones onto a 1-2, and then you wondered if he'd square it, but no, he got in close and drilled it across the keeper from a tight angle. And the Aldershot skipper now on the afternoon, because they've lost Stuart O'Keefe to injury already, has got the Shots ahead here. 41 and a half minutes gone. Aldershot Town 1, York City 0. Matt, say something while I catch my breath.
I didn't know they'd gone wrong. Sorry. First game, rusty. Sorry, listeners. No, it's a really good goal from Aldershot, guys. A really good Aldershot. So the ball, it got broken, and they kept that high press, and they went after York. They won it back. Then the give and go. Rob, I'm coming to you.
Yeah, Ollie Dyson's trying to get across it. It's cut out by Kian Harries. I'm loving the way this season Aldershot are cutting out a lot of crosses at source.
Yes.
If it can't come in, they can't get something on the end of it, and they really look well drilled in that. And that is one of the ways in which they're stifling York. The other one is just by playing the game up the other end of the pitch. Yeah. York City, very expensively assembled side, but it's still new. There's a lot of new players. But saying that, Aldershot's got 8-9 new players in their side as well. So maybe we don't even accept that as a legitimate excuse. York take the throw and maybe lose possession. It feeds back nicely for Castro. Shot comes in from distance. It's blocked at source. Up towards Laurent Tolage. He's pulled down. No free kick given on this occasion. And I think on this occasion David Richardson might well have got that one wrong, but we give him the benefit of doubt. It's been a game played at a blistering pace, and he's done pretty well in the opening 42 and a half minutes. Shots 1, York City 0. Fair to say the goal's been coming. York City couldn't cope with Aldershot in the first half an hour. They changed to 3 at the back and wing backs, and it's during that period that Aldershot have come again and scored. And I can't remember with clarity the build-up. I just know Aldershot came, lost it, won it, came again, and Aaron Jones was heavily involved. I think he was the guy that won the ball back.
Yeah, he was.
And then there was a 1-2.
Yeah, that's it.
He got the ball, he proceeded into the area, down at the community stand end, and he must have been only 5-6 yards out from the dead ball line. And you thought, he'll square this. No, he drilled his shot in and he squirmed it somehow past David Stockdale.
And the thing as well, Rob, what the one thing the listeners don't know is right into that far side netting, wasn't it, as well? So that always makes it even harder from the goalkeeper. So it's actually a really, really good finish because he was low on the byline and got it into that far bottom corner.
That's Matt Foot. I'm Rob Worrell, and it's Aldershot Town 2, York. Aldershot 1, York 0. His corner in possession, squares it across his own goal to Stockdale. Barham is giving Tyler Cordner as good a game as I saw anybody give him last year, and there's a horrific difference in size. Oh, the linesman says onside for Callum Harriott, I beg your pardon, Maz Kuya on the left hand side, squares it across, touch, half cleared, and Haji Minoga will clear it up towards Tolaj. Howe wins it in the air, ball breaks to Akinyemi, and Stokes has won it, beg your pardon, holds it up, plays it to Aaron Jones, plays it inside to Burnett. Burnett is caught, dispossessed by Ollie Dyson. Dyson to the edge of the area, he's going to try a shot. What a shot, what a save! Tipped over the bar by Geordie van Stappershoef. That's more like it, Geordie. That's what we want to see from the big fella. Brilliant effort from Dyson. A little bit of naivety, Matt, from Ethan Burnett. Cornet to York.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So Ethan Burnett got caught out there. He didn't need to get caught out there, Rob. So, but it's one of them, there was an unforced error a little bit. He was a bit sloppy on the ball, gave the ball away, and then York, and then it was literally 20 yards out, down the middle of the goal. Really good shot, a lot of power behind it. Good save from Jordan, the big lad, his goal.
45 minutes are up. We're going to have 5 added minutes. That's quite low these days. Corner to York City, who trail by a goal to nil. To the far post, headed back in by Howe, headed away by Kobe Rowe, and picked up eventually by Ando, and he has to go all the way back. It's a poor pass though. Barham's onto it. He takes it past the goalkeeper. He runs past him, tries to play it in. It's cut out by McLaughlin, who was tracking back. Stockdale might have picked up a little knock, and Aldershot should have scored again. And now Akinyemi's in on the right hand side as Cian Harries misses it at the other end. Steps back onto his left foot. Feeds the ball back to Fallowfield, crossing from the right, headed away by Kobe Rowe, and it'll be picked up again by Maz Kuya. He rides a tackle, plays the ball into the edge of the area, goes for a 1-2. Aaron Jones competing for the loose ball with Kuya. Ball back in to Harriott. He's battling with Burnett for the ball. Burnett wins it. Tolaj picks it up. Tolaj plays it off of McLaughlin into come. What a half of football, and great defending from shots. I've heard all week long, all Tommy's talked about is if we score a goal at home, I expect to win. He wants a clean sheet today.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I think that's what I understand that as a manager. The goal, York City, in my opinion, we shouldn't be conceding 2 goals that game, and then we conceded 5 at Oldham. You can see why he wants that clean sheet, and because that's just the one thing that's been missing from this Aldershot Town in a minute. But what you got to say, Bob, this has been a very, very good performance. By the way, in my opinion, Barham should score when the keeper comes out. He knocks it past him. He's in behind him. It's a good tackle. Don't get me wrong, it is a good tackle, but should score. Should be 2-0 in my opinion.
So it was a corner to York, and Ando got the cleared ball on the recycle. He walked back. He tried to back pass the goalkeeper from the halfway line, sliced it horribly. Barham was onto it, keeper was coming out. Any kind of wide touch, and Barham could have gone and collected it, ran towards goal and slotted it in.
Agree.
But what he did was
went
he just knocked it past him and thought, I'll beat him for pace, and that meant that the goalkeeper was still in play, and as they came together, Stockdale came off worst. Now let's have a little look. Have York City got a goalkeeper on the bench?
I think they have, Rob, number 25.
Mason Campbell. Yeah, I'm going to say Xander Sizibar isn't the keeper. So we're in 5 added minutes, but that's only going to get increased. 3 of those 5 have gone. Stockdale's up. He's had his treatment as a goalkeeper. He doesn't need to leave the pitch. Maybe, just maybe, he's going to stay on till half time, but we shall have to wait and see. But yeah, now if we were being harsh, Aldershot should have this game sewn up in the bag. 3 points, 3 goal lead easily.
Yes.
But we can't be that harsh. They have been brilliant. Their energy, their work rate, their cohesion, their togetherness, and their complete and utter dominance of York City. They only have 1 goal to show for it. Barham again wins the ball in the air. He beats Harriott. Castro heads one on. Haji Minoga heads it into the path of Frost who finds Kian Harries. And Harries a ball out to the right wing looking for Barham. He gets his head on it, does well. Jones picks it up. Barham's had such a good half. He really has. He's literally belied his height and his diminutive stature. Here's Frost clipping the ball in. That'll be easy for Callum Howe to win. But I think he might head it straight back to Tyler Frost. Rowe takes command, heads the ball in towards Tolaj. He's nudged. That is the first slight or petty foul the referee's given all afternoon on Tolaj. Free kick to Shots central. Most importantly, of course, Matt, Aldershot go in with a lead, but they may get one more chance in this half.
Absolutely, and the goalkeeper here for York, Stockdale, he still doesn't look confident and like he's still comfortable with the injury. So I want Aldershot to be a little bit ruthless. Just go and test him before half time.
Burnett sends it out to the right side to Jones. He controls it. It's poked into touch by Mazkuya. No, it's still bouncing around, and Jones has got his body the right side of the ball. He's trying to win a corner, can't win that. The ball comes back to him, he goes back to Frost. Frost leaves it for Rowe, whipped in early ball. Barham tries the volley on the outside of his foot as it comes in. He directs it wide, the offside flag's gone up anyway. Elsewhere, Solihull Moors 2, Dorking Wanderers 0 is a half-time score. Rochdale are 2-0 up against Eastleigh. Another side expensively assembled this summer. And it's Maidenhead 0, Dagenham 0 at half time. And just look at the other goals again. We'll have a look at half time. We're not too far away from that. The 5 minutes of added time are up. There's going to be a couple more, I'd imagine. Referee David Richardson will keep an eye on his stopwatch. The ball's back with Geordie van Stappershoef. I was going to say I enjoyed those two halves of football against Oxford City immensely. I think this first half might have even surpassed that. Is a ball up to Josh Stokes, who takes it down on his chest, but he's got 3 York City players for a ball over the top, straight down the middle. Geordie van Stappershoef needs to come off his line, and he does. And my commentary levels can calm down again as he has the ball.
When he first hit that ball, I thought that was a great pass from him.
And we might find that the half-time report to radio comes to us spot on, because we're a couple of minutes away from that. Geordie van Stappershoef is going to take this goal kick. It's low, and it will go straight to Fallowfield, who sends it out to the right-hand side. Quevin Castro will chase that. He's 1-on-1 against Harries, who knocks it straight past him. Harries was tugging on his shirt. He's going to be a free kick, and he'll probably get a yellow card as well. Silly, petty yellow card for Kian Harries, and he can have absolutely no complaints, Matt.
I agree, it's a yellow card. He's if Kieran Harris doesn't put him down, he drives inside the box. So yeah, no complaints. Call it as you see it, that's a yellow card.
I've got to give a half-time, not even half-time score out from League 2. Wrexham 1, Swindon Town 4. And Wrexham still haven't learnt how to defend. They're 4-1 down at half-time. Wrexham in the National League. One result already, Chesterfield 1, Oldham 1. We'll look at the half-time scores in a couple of minutes when it all calms down here. So York City have a free kick. Again, Tommy Widrington's not happy about something. But I'm not sure what's happened here. I'm not sure what the cheers are about. See if you can fill me in a minute. Fill in the blanks. Here's Harriet with the free kick over everybody behind the goal. Any idea what the cheers are for?
No idea.
Well, look, there's the half-time score. I'll take a deep breath in just a few seconds and let Matt sum up the first half. Matt will go with it. I'll just break off if I need to. Oh no, hang on a moment. Just see where they're going. I think I'm going to go Woking, Dorking and then us. So we'll go with your half-time summary.
Yeah, I'll be really quick in case they come listeners. Aldershot were very, very dominant this half. They've been by far the superior team. The only thing I think Tommy will be really disappointed with is that the fact there's only one goal. This could easily have been. If this was 3-0, no one within the stadium where I can play, maybe in the home end of the away end. So Aldershot playing really, really good football. The East Bank's rocking. And I'm going to come back to Rob just in case they do come.
All right, I'll give me a chance to make a quick point from David Miles, who said rugby is an 80-minute game and sometimes it lasts 95 to 100 minutes. I love the ball in play rule. It stops time wasted. That is the one thing that's disappeared almost immediately from the game. And we'll continue to take your points on that one. I'm hearing in my ears that it's Barnet 1, Woking 0 at half-time. I'll potter through a couple of half-times while we wait to do our half-time report to radio. Some games are still going. It's Barnet 1, Woking 0, Halifax 1, Oxford City 0, Gateshead 1, Ebbsfleet 1, Kidderminster 0, Bromley 0, Maidenhead 0, Dagenham 0, Rochdale 2, Eastleigh 0, Solihull Moors 2, Dorking Wanderers 0, Southend 1, Hartlepool 1, Wealdstone 1, Fylde 1, and earlier today Chesterfield 1, Oldham 1. Bit early, I think, for the Sweet Caroline, perhaps, but
yeah, a bit early.
Never mind. That's perhaps Tim Cowden, who's on the PA system today, playing one for old time's sake, or maybe going a little bit too early on that one.
I think so, Rob. As we know, there's a lot of football left to be played. No one in this stadium will be getting carried away yet. I'm going to expect a change from York City. I definitely think Stockdale will come off. York City goalkeeper's still warming up in the East Bank goal now. He didn't look comfortable at all for me. But I think, Aldershot, let's take nothing away. Performance-wise, Rob, they're right up there. Really, really top-draw performance. Off the ball, on the ball, aggressive, looking to get in behind York City. Attacking football, which the Aldershot fans have been crying out for years and years. They're getting what they've asked for. Only thing is, it's only one. And when it's only one, we all know 1-0 is a dangerous scoreline.
Great stuff. That's Matt Foote. We'll let Matt take a little break and stretch his legs if he wants to. And I'll update our radio listeners. It hasn't, Joe. We played 8 added minutes in the end. 5 were given, and then there was an injury to the York City goalkeeper. Just about catching our breath from a quite blistering first half. Really, Aldershot massively dominant. There was just one real close effort from York. It came, I think, just beyond the 45-minute mark. Ollie Dyson, who let fly with a stinging shot, which Jordy van Stappershoef turned over his bar. Prior to that, Aldershot had been totally and utterly dominant. I won't go through all the chances, but they finally took the lead in the 41st minute. Aaron Jones, who's got the skipper's armband on now, won the ball back, started the move, got on the end of it, and probably got fed up trying to pull the ball back to other players, so he stuck it in the goal himself, and the Shots lead deservedly 1-0 at half-time. It is, of course, a slender lead, and it's a long way away from the 2-2 I predicted, but I think you'd understand, Joe, if I said I'd be very happy to be wrong with that prediction.
Thank you. Slightly different this week. We've got a bit of action going on in the Coldmouth by the East Bank. So we're going to do the...
Right, listeners, take a break. You deserve it. I need one. Half-time Shots 1, Minster Men 0.
Each contestant gets 3 kicks from anywhere inside the league. If they hit crossbar once, they take home £3. Good job they hit twice. A bit rusty, mate. They take home £5. If they hit crossbar 3 times in a row, they'll take home the jackpot this afternoon's national. Yeah, the order there, sticking with Bill with us today. Bill's travelled all the way down from the Midlands. He's a slabber, and he is joined by his fellow slabber, John Buchanan. Who is going first? Bill. Okay, Bill. Big crowd behind you, get behind you.
So they
East Bank gives some help. Anywhere inside the lead, you're going to crossbar. Here we go. Bill with shot number 1. He's aiming for the crossbar. And he's taking home £1,000. Okay, John from Camberley.
I think we've now been shown how
Hold slap behind you. Listen to
manually over there, so it's quite right now.
Good effort. Hit the post. Okay. This is to take home with some money. Bill, attempt number 2. Here's Bill. Good shot. Good finish. John, when you're ready. Okay, the cash is staying in my pocket for now. Last attempt for Bill to take home £10 back to the Midlands. Come on, Bill, big effort. Another good finish for no cash. Thanks for taking part. And finally, here we go, John, with his final kick. Never mind. Thanks for taking part. Just to let you know, next weekend, hopefully we'll be back that end, and it'll be a special one. We've got Pugsy with us for his final game before he heads north, and he'll be taking part in a special crossbar challenge. Back to you.
Thanks, Paul. Right, I'll do half times for you. Starting with our own national panorama. First of all, Chesterfield 1, Oldham 1, that's a 4-time result. Altrincham 1, Bournemouth 0. Barnet 1, Woking 0. FC Halifax 1, Oxford City 0. Gateshead 1, FC United 1. Kidderminster Harriers 0, Bromley 0. Maidenhead 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 0. Rochdale 2, Eastleigh 0. And Solihull Moles 2, Dorking Wanderers 0. Rochdale 2, Eastleigh 0. Southend 1, Hartlepool 1. And Wellstone 1, AFC Fylde 1. Let's have a look for the Premier. Half times for Premier League: Fulham 0, Brentford 1, Liverpool 2, AFC Bournemouth 1, and Wolves 0, Brighton and Hove 1. Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United kick off at 5:30, and Manchester City, Newcastle United kick off at 8 o'clock.
See what that crowd is. I think they're 328. Yeah, I do because I know there'll be a bit of a drop off over the last couple of results, but people will still say well, actually it's the last game. So come down to the area, 7 goals, many that have not. There's 500. Oh, sorry, 4. Oh, sorry, yeah. If we 300 different we've got 27. I don't think we'll have a drop off of more than 100. There's a different set of people on holiday. Giving you any feedback on I think we've done camera on the same Well, I'll welcome them to I've had 2 or 3 comments from people saying that they're watching. Oh yes.
The results of the 50-50 draw. Ticket number 54861. You have that. That brings you £100. Second prize for £60 is 5568. And finally, third prize for £40, 54060. And thank you for those taking part.
A little bit of an early welcome back, certainly to our online listeners on the BBC Sport app, quite potentially to the National League TV platform listeners. We hope they'll be able to pick up commentary in the second half. if you are watching and you can hear the commentary in the second half, let us know. I'll make that appeal again in a couple of minutes when the teams come out. I'll just read through the shots lineup as it is at the moment. Jordi van Stapperscherf in goal, Harry's Rowan Minoga the centre backs, Harfield and Aaron Jones the wing backs, and then it's Tyler Frost and Ethan Burnett in midfield because the skipper Stuart O'Keefe has gone off, and Josh Stokes in the number 10 position behind Jack Barham and Lauren Tolage. And it's 1-0 to the Shots at half time. We'll wait the sides for the second half. York City line-up this afternoon in goal. David Stockdale, he may or may not return for the second half after that injury he had following the coming together with Jack Barham on the break. They've changed shape now. They've now got Tyler Cordner, Callum Howe and Leviando as 3 centre backs, with Callum Harry at the left wing back and Ryan Fallowfield the right wing back, and then McLaughlin, Castro, and Dyson and Maz Kuyar supporting Deepo Akinyemi in attack. Sorry? They are, yeah. It does look as if York City are changing their goalkeeper at half time. Golden goal, 41st minute in the end. My goodness me, it should have come in the second minute. I had the second minute, and Ollie Harfield, I'm having words with you later, as he hit the side netting. That was the first chance, 2 minutes, and then 2 minutes later, Tolaj won the ball back and fed Barham, who shot straight at the goalkeeper with Tyler Frost screaming to the left of him. And then Josh Stokes shot on 20 minutes, hitting Jack Barham on its way to goal. And you wondered at that point if it was going to be Shots afternoon. Rejoined by our summariser, Matt Foote. Good afternoon again, Matt.
Yeah, afternoon, Rob. I've just found out a little bit about the York City substitution in goal. So Campbell is actually their third choice goalkeeper. Their second choice goalkeeper is actually a guy called Ryan Whitney, who's currently out on loan to Scarborough.
Yep.
And Campbell was actually due to join a Northern Premier side today. They fought on loan, and today was going to be the day they went without goalkeeper. So they're rather glad that they didn't. So yeah, he's a young lad, a young goalkeeper in goal. Highly thought of, has played for York City before in the Conference North. Only the one appearance. A young goalkeeper, so probably a little bit like us having Ryan Hall, I suppose, in them days.
Thank you very much for that, Matt Foote. Mason Campbell is coming on in goal for York City, and probably won't do anything to calm their nerves from a fraught first half for them, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, a little point from our club statistician, who said I've got my Tims mixed up. It's Tim Noyes, of course, on the tannoy, not Tim Cowden. Thank you, Pete, for that. And Greg Thornett says, hi Rob, thoroughly entertaining first half. I'm listening while painting my garage. Red and blue, I hope. Greg. Would like to echo the send-off for Ricky Cope Pugs. The East Bank won't be the same without him. Wish him all the best on his move north. And now the teams are out. I did just go through the teams. I will do it again just quickly. Linnell John Lewis, York City's top scorer last season, has come on at half-time as well. Left out of the starting lineup today. And I didn't manage to see who's gone off. I think it might be Kevin Castro.
It is, number 10.
Now I'll stop worrying whether to call him Kevin or Quevin. And that's a big change for the Minster men, who will start the second half as follows. Mason Campbell in goal, and then a back three. I presume they're going to stay with the back three, it looks like it, of Ty Cordner, Callum Howe and Leviando. Fallowfield the right wing back, Callum Harry at the left wing back, and then McLaughlin, Dyson and Kuyar playing behind Linnell John Lewis and Deepo Akinyemi up top, where so far York haven't had a lot of joy. Here's a ball up towards Akinyemi. He ends up on the floor. Tyler Frost comes away with the ball, shifts it, sends it into the left flank for Tollarge to chase, but it'll run all the way through to the keeper, Mason Campbell, who's on at half-time for the injured David Stockdale. And the ball is back with him. He's going to kick the ball out of his hands now. He's got Tollarge for company. A little bit of slice and spin on it, up towards halfway. Frost should win the ball up towards Stokes, tries to bring it down, but McLaughlin gets a foot in. Stokes jumps with Kuyar. The ball lands with Linnell John Lewis, who's not only on the pitch, but he's wearing the armband as well in the second half. And then York City play it down the right-hand side, and Harfield will be able to clear it down towards Tollarge, who looks to poke it back to Stokes, who can't quite get it under control. Ollie Dyson tries a shot from distance or across, I don't know what it is, but it lands behind the goal. We're 46.5 minutes in. It's Aldershot Town 1, York City 0. And here, for his first comment in the second half, on that double change from York City at either end of the pitch, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, double change to York City, and I think you're right, Rob. I think it is going to be a back three still, a 3-5-2 type formation for York City. And I think the most important thing is also just settle back into the second half. Don't make sure that you get control of the game. We don't concede in the first 10-15 minutes. And then hopefully push on and win the game 2-0. Because that's what I've got as my bet.
Exactly, it's a very much, very good. Towering header from Haji Minoga, heads it clear, comes back, goes back to the edge of the area. Van Stapperscherf comes out, clears it towards halfway. Barham thinks he can keep it in, and he does brilliantly, well done. And then he's robbed of possession by Callum Harriott. Cordoner's got the ball, thinks about a back pass, but so does Tollarge. And then he fakes to go the other way and does complete the back pass as Tollarge just splits the other two centre-backs, Howe and Ando. And the goalkeeper Mason Campbell dribbles to the edge of his area, comes out a little bit further. And then he'll look now for the twin target men of Akinyemi and Linnell John Lewis. Rowe beats Linnell John Lewis in the air, but the loose ball falls to Ollie Dyson. Dyson goes back to Callum Howe on halfway. He doesn't half, to me, look like an older version of Conor Gallagher, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's put it straight into touch. Harfield on the ball for shots. Be interesting. I wonder what Tommy said he's looking for in the second half. Will he want the same again, or will he want something a little bit slow, quick, slow? Because Aldershot don't need to go gung-ho. They have something worth protecting, and they might have to go through periods of just being solid. There's a ball out to the left, headed back in by Ando, picked up by Kuyar. Kuyar goes back to Conor Gallagher lookalike Callum Howe. Howe up to Linnell John Lewis, who heads it inside, and it's picked up clean by Tyler Frost. He plays it out to the far side to Aaron Jones, the scorer of the Shots goal, and his first goal in Aldershot Town colours. Ball out to the left, chested down by Barham, toes it to Harfield. Harfield 1-2, they go for the 3-4. Harfield can't keep it in play, it's out for a throw. Harfield thinks he was pushed off the ball, officials having nothing to do with it. Throw into York in the right back position. 48.5 minutes gone. York City still trail by 1 goal here at Aldershot. Ball down the line, that's gone into touch. Throw in to Aldershot. And I might just have to come to you, Matt, for a quick word. Sun's coming back out. 2 changes already for York, 1 for shots. The managers can't go too early with their third subs, especially not when the game's going to go on 105 minutes these days.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it does make it very difficult for York now to change anything tactically, doesn't it? As you say, because we know there's going to be a lot of injury time at the end, so fitness and fatigue will come into it. But yeah, I agree with you, Rob. It'll be interesting to see the way Tommy approaches this, because I think one thing he's desperate for is a clean sheet, but 1-0 is a dangerous scoreline, Rob. I don't think we'll see him change too much yet. I think if we get the second, then we might. But at this time, I think it'll be more of the same. Well, that's what I'll be hoping for, personally, anyway.
That's Matt Foot. I'm Rob Worrell. You listen to BBC Radio Surrey online. The ball's bobbling around near the touchline, just inside York's half. And Akinyemi comes away with it, feeds Kuyar, who sends it out to Dyson. A couple of early goals in the National League. Southend are 2-1 up now against Hartlepool, and Barnet have doubled their lead against Woking. And a couple of things to read out when we get a chance. Byram plays it down the line looking for Stokes. McLaughlin does well to poke it in touch before Stokes can leave him for dead, as I'm sure he would have done if he'd got a little touch in there. Throw in to the shots. Zach Brunt, I think, might have got both Barnet goals today. Here's Josh Stokes on the ball. Started the game like a house on fire, and then York shut him down a little bit, didn't they? Backward pass there, didn't go down well with the shots faithful. They kept possession though. Here's Byram holding the ball up. Goes back now to Jones. Jones inside to Frost. Frost across to Kian Harries, who's on a booking. The ball in all the way to Tolaj. He jumps with the keeper, and the keeper does really well there. Tolaj comes off worse. Well done, Mason Campbell, young goalkeeper, 50-50 with Laurent Tolaj. Tolaj is feeling his back. I think he's all right, but the youngster comes out of that one well. And from an Aldershot point of view, of course, you wanted Tolaj to beat him to it, but well done, Mason Campbell.
Yeah, I know, you've got to say, cool as you say it, Roberts, we've said a few times now, that's a very, very good bit of good goalkeeping. You know, a young lad coming out against Tolaj, he's never going to be easy, and he's not only is he didn't just punch the ball away, he's held it as well, so that'll be a good confidence boost for him.
Right, Barham's battling with the ball, and he's done it. He's beaten corner, and he's drawn the free kick. And how, Matt, if the other one, the tug on the shirt, was a yellow card, how come that's not a yellow card?
And also, Rob, he's had one down here, so he's already had one as well, corner. He's had one in this corner.
Whichever way he's got away from me, I'm going to stop him by other means. And when Kian Harris did it was yellow. Come on, David Richardson, you're having a good game. And I love him to bits, but that's a yellow for Tyler Corner. Not given. Yet still get to those mentions. Well, quick mention for Jill and Sheffield Baz and Jill Alfie. A shout out, they're in Spain on holiday at the minute, listening in. Shots 1, York City 0 is a scoreline you'll be happy with at the end. If you're here watching, you wonder if it might be better than that because the shots are looking good. Not quite as dominant early on in the second half. Halifax 1, Oxford City 1. And Neil Hocking says, much better mood about the place today, listening to a dominant performance. Let's get a W. Shots, watch the ball. Aaron Jones over his head from York, drifts into touch harmlessly, throwing to the shots, and York City can't quite get it going yet this season. Just the 1 point to show from 3 games. The shots, of course, have got 3 from 9. And they have conceded 9 goals in 3 games, Aldershot, but so far, Matt, so good today.
Yeah, absolutely, so good today, and you know we're 52 minutes in, and you know it's 1-0, long way to go. So I'm not going to get too carried away or anything just yet, by far from it. But yeah, I think they're going to come to us in a minute, Rob. So I'll come back.
Perfect. Here's QER, good interception by Tyler Frost, and we'll update our radio listeners now. Yeah, I mean, relative to the first half, Joe, it's been quite a calm start to the second half. York City have brought on a young goalkeeper, Mason Campbell, at one end, and Linnell John Lewis, their top scorer last season, at the other. The shots are probably still just shading it, but York City look as if they're going to be more of a threat in this half. 53 minutes gone, just stay with us. The cross comes in from the far side to York, and it's headed wide by Deepo Akinyemi. It's just York City's third effort on goal of the match so far. We're in the 54th minute, and it remains Aldershot Town 1, York City 0.
Little bit too easy for me, that, Rob. The ball, you know, we were saying in the first half we stopped the supply, just a little bit tentative getting out to him there, and then the row at the back post. You know, he's a big lad. You'd think he would get up and win that header. He didn't, and you know, it's a header. Unfortunately, from Aldershot point of view, he went just wide of the near post at the back post, so the header was.
Howe with the back pass to Mason Campbell. He passes to Cordner, who's immediately under pressure, and Aaron Jones tries to dispossess him. He can't. Good ball over the top from Cordner. It's cut out well by Harris. Taken on the chest by Tyler Frost, does well, and then he probably is just going to lose out to Ollie Dyson, who plays a ball down the line looking for Akinyemi. Sharp turn from him, feeds Kuyar into a pocket of space for Cordner, who's over halfway now. He's up towards the edge of the area, tries a ball in, cut out by Rowe. Half cleared as far as Akinyemi. Blazes over the bar. 2 misses in 2 minutes for Deepo Akinyemi, much to Aldershot Town's relief. And York have had the first 2 efforts on goal in the second half, in the 53rd and 55th minute. Both Deepo Akinyemi, and the warning signs are there for the shots.
Yeah, warning signs are there. I think York have come out slightly the better of the 2. You know, it's a bit early, still just shy of 10 minutes in. But York seems to have started the second half better, and that's why this 1-0 scoreline is very, very dangerous. So yeah, it's a wide open game now. Stay with us, listeners, because this game could go either way.
Wealdstone 1, AFC Fylde 2, Gateshead 2, Ebbsfleet 1. And Maidenhead United 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 0. Dagenham are about to be devved. Minoga clears the ball up to Stokes. Is he pulled down? Nothing given. He's on the floor and he still gets the ball under control and wins it. Clips a little ball on. Is that a handball? Nothing given. Ball breaks loose. Is played back to Mason Campbell. He's one good touch to get it under control. Clears it up towards halfway. Minoga jumps with Linnell. John Lewis, the loose ball there, is battled away by Deepo Akinyemi. It's through to the area. Fallowfield almost got there, but Jordy van Stappershoef came out. And so far, so good. It is for the Dutch shot stopper, Stappershoef. And there's a tongue twister if you haven't. Wouldn't he dearly love him? Wouldn't we dearly love him to get his first shots clean sheet this afternoon?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone associated with this football club would be hoping for a clean sheet this afternoon, Rob. No more so than Jordy himself, because he hasn't done too much wrong and he's conceded a lot of goals. So yeah, he would certainly love one for sure.
Played out short to Cian Harries, who feeds Burnett. Burnett goes back to him. Van Stappershoef sends it to Haji Minoga, who never minds dribbling out with the ball. Here he comes. He's almost to halfway. Now he's across halfway. Ball straight through the middle looking for Barham. Doesn't quite get it right. But you love to see that. Haji Minoga in full flow. York have got it. Exchange of passes. Kuyar always willing to get involved. It goes back to Mason Campbell in goal. And he's now going to kick from just outside his area. Reece Smith, the precocious young talent, is the guy that's put Maidenhead ahead against Dagenham. Kobe Rowe wins the header. He's looking better today than he did on Tuesday. Coming together, head injury potentially there, and Minoga battles for it well against John Lewis and Deepo Akinyemi. And York trying to keep the ball in. It's played down the line. All my team sheets have gone flying. And here's Deepo Akinyemi getting a shot. It's on target. And it's away and saved comfortably by Jordy van Stappershoef as a huge gust of wind just came in and blew everything everywhere. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Cheers, mate. I really should get rid of those previous match team sheets. So they've just blown all over the North Stand, but a good team effort to get it back to me. And meanwhile, 3 efforts on goal in just 5 minutes for Deepo Akinyemi. Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just saying, wasn't I, Rob, that they've come out the Brighton the 2, haven't they? And Akinyemi, he'll be a little bit disappointed that he hasn't done a little bit more with his efforts, to be honest with you. He's missed one at the back post, put one over. So for sure he'll be wanting to hit the target and really test Jordy now going forward.
Clumsy challenge from Haji Minoga. Referee's not going to punish it with anything more than a free kick on Ollie Dyson, who on Ryan Fallowfield, beg your pardon. Do you know what I was just thinking, and it will sound like I was looking rather than thinking. I was just thinking, I wonder if Aldershot could do with a bit more presence up top. Kwame Thomas will be very keen to do well in the right way, and Aldershot are making a substitution, and Laurent Talage is coming off to generous applause, and he applauds the fans. He's not going to score in his second consecutive home game. Kwame Thomas is going to come on. It's a bit of a tactical change for Aldershot. It'll still be 2 up front, but I think there's a feeling that Aldershot aren't getting the ball forward and holding it up as much in the early start of the second half. Yeah, no, I agree, and that's one thing Thomas will give you, isn't it? That's what I like about this Aldershot front 3. They've all got a little bit something a bit different about them. Thomas will be more like the vocal one that will hold it up. Front three. Sorry. Yeah. Free kick taken by York City, headed away by Rowe, only as far as Harriet. And let's not kid ourselves, York are right back in this game. Here comes Ando on the left side, tries to cross it in. It's cut out by Rowe, who does really well because it's a double deflection. Comes back off Ando, it'd be a goal kick to the shots. And listen, if you could go down there now and offer Tommy Widrington 1-0, he would snap your hand off.
Of course he would. Absolutely.
He said if his team scored 1 goal, he'd want them to make sure, if they score a goal, he expects a win. And so he needs a clean sheet, but it's a different proposition. Credit to Mickey Morton. It must be more than just a change of shape that York have got much better footing in the second half. Much, much better. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say that they have been the more dominant side in the opening 15 minutes. Aldershot have created nothing as yet in the second half, and York City 3 chances. Ball over the top from York. Harris should win that. He volleys it forward when he could have brought it down. Gets a bit of dissent about that from the North Stand. Here's Coordinate trying to ball through the middle, and it goes straight through the middle, and Akinyemi's in, shoots, well saved by the knees of Van Stapper-Schurf, and that is now 4 efforts in 7 minutes for Akinyemi. They're coming again, York, and Burnett nearly wins it off Dyson, but he recycles it, and now he has won it off Dyson. Plays it forward. Barham coming looking for the ball. The ricochet, it doesn't quite fall to Kwame Thomas. Thomas has caught Callum Howe, and I think it's accidental. It's definitely a foul. No, it's going to be a yellow card already for Kwame Thomas, who got 2 yellows in his last game, and he won't believe that history is repeating here. Do you think that was deliberate? Do you think that was fair?
The only thing I would say is, I don't, it's not a red, but it was a little bit higher. So I don't know, Rob. It's one of them, Rob. Some refs are going to give that to yellow, some refs aren't. It's one of them ones.
And some players seem to come with a reputation,
yes,
and I think Kwame Thomas
comes with it.
Comes with it. You know, now he drops himself back into defence, and he's going to have to play his remaining 39 minutes or whatever's added on a tightrope. And you know, we don't want to be back in a Jake Gallagher situation. Come back from a red card and get immediately sent off again. He's got the experience, you would think, to play with it. Is that a foul on Barham? No, but he bounces off his man and wins the ball. And, you know, I'm keen to ask Tommy Widrington already what the changes are that mean that, is Thomas going to get on that now? Ando comes breezing past him, knowing that he can't slide in with a challenge. Plays it down the right channel. It's won by Kean Harris, who plays the ball up to, lovely touch from Stokes, but it's not quite read by Kwame Thomas. Fallowfield keeps it in play. Howe picks the ball up inside, and Aldershot, for whatever reason, can't get the same momentum going in the second half that they had in the first. O'Keefe went off, but it didn't change anything, did it? Shots were still dominant.
Yes.
Frost's been lively in the middle of the park. Stokes, well, he's dropping deeper at times to try and help the team out of possession. They're not managing to find him as easily as they did in the first half. Here's Howe feeding Kuyar. We know they've got talented players, York City, there's no doubt about that. Talented individuals. It's the cohesion they're lacking at the moment. Here's a good run from Kuyar. Pokes it into space and finds a teammate on the left-hand side. 1-2, Akinyemi holds it, goes for the return. Again the shot comes in. Again the shot is stopped at source by Kean Harris, who does well. Remember that Harris and Kwame Thomas are on bookings, and a game in which Aldershot totally dominated the first half is looking tighter and tighter. Gateshead 3, Ebbsfleet 1, Altrincham 1, Borehamwood 1, and Solihull Moors 3, Dorking 0. And here's a sharp turn from Akinyemi. The ball's towed away from him though. Well done, Kean Harris. All up towards Barham. Turns into trouble and loses the ball to Tyler Cordner. Snapping at the heels of him, but he can't win it back. Mark Beck putting the third goal there for Solihull Moors, who were dominating against Dorking. Just the one win for Dorking so far this season. Just the one win, of course, for Shotts so far this season as well. But at the moment they're on track for another. However, York City are really coming back into this one. Here's Callum Harriott with an effort from distance, and thankfully for Aldershot, for Geordie Van Stapper-Schurf, it's wide. But between 53 and 63 minutes, Matt, York City have had 5 efforts on goal.
Yeah, and you know, the East Bank has getting a little bit quiet, and the crowd will have to do their role here, Rob. You know, to get to help Aldershot through this phase. We're hoping it's just a phase, because you can't sustain this amount of pressure for 45 minutes. So York City have come out, and credit to them, they're by far the better.
Good stuff. They are still ahead, but we've got a very different game on our hands. 64 minutes gone. Talked about the double substitution for York. Aldershot have now brought on Kwame Thomas, who a week ago came on as a sub, got 2 yellows and got sent off. He's already got a yellow. It feels a bit deja vu. York have come right back into it, Cam. They've had 4 or 5 efforts themselves. Deepa Akiyemi keeps getting in, but it's been blocked, saved or wide. And Aldershot are hanging on a bit, and we've really had a game of 2 halves so far. We've got Ooh, 25 minutes plus whatever time is added on today to go, and Aldershot living a little bit dangerously at the moment, but they still lead the Minster men by 1-0. Throw in from York is cut out by Minoga, and then another York player goes down. And the York player, the referee Richardson, thinks about it and gives a very delayed free kick to York City, and then he pulls out a yellow card for Aaron Jones. I'm staggered. Aldershot seem to have controlled the descent side of things, but they've picked up 3 yellow cards, and they're 3 players walking a tightrope for the rest of the game, Matt.
Yeah, that one. So, well, I've been calling it, as I said, I don't even think that one was a foul, Rob, I'm being honest with you. I'm looking straight across the pitch, I'm dead in line with it, and I thought he'd won the ball fair and square, personally. And then he's not only to give him the free kick, delayed, he's then pulled out a yellow card.
Kobe Rowe aside, it's Aldershot's 3 most experienced players. Obviously Stuart O'Keefe's off the pitch, but Cian Harries and Kwame Thomas and Aaron Jones, they've all got yellows. We'd like to think they've got enough experience to play sensibly on those yellows. Meanwhile, York are looking to see if they can get their way back into this game. That's a heavily hit free kick, and Geordie van Stappershoef can rise unchallenged and gain that one. Come on, Tommy, you're an experienced manager. What's going on out there? What can you change for Aldershot to get back on top, or at least get level on top? There's a ball down the left channel, and neither Barham or Stokes fully commit, but Ando does. He gets there first, and he sends it high into the stand, the north stand, corners, Mona's corner, or whatever it's called here. And it'll be a throw into Aldershot. Harfield wanders forward to take it, and the referee is going to allow some treatment for a York player. I think it might be Callum Harriott. Recognition of opposition players is always difficult, but I think it is, isn't it, Callum Harriott?
I think so. One thing I will say, Bob, I think what the difference is from a York City point of view, I think, especially when Aldershot got the ball in our half, I think their back lines are much higher than what it was in the first half. So they're playing a lot more higher up the pitch, and I think that's not, then Aldershot are not getting the balls into them little pockets and that what they were, and then the gaps come a little bit tighter, and therefore them little 1-2s become harder to do.
All right, so players from both sides have come over for a bit of drink, and I think that's a timely. If you could have had a little bit like in the 100 cricket, a strategic timeout, then Aldershot would have probably chosen one. But it's York City player that's gone down. I don't think it's for them to have because they've got momentum at the minute. They're doing really well. Yeah. But Tommy Richardson and his assistants and his management team can get fresh instruction out to the players, because hopefully they can see from the side why it is that Aldershot's total domination has turned into York's total domination.
Yeah, absolutely, Bob. No, I totally agree with you. So it's a timely break for Aldershot Town, and so it gives what is interesting there. Is it Hugo, the assistant manager? Is that I'm right in saying?
Richard, this one.
Oh, Richard. Is it Richard? Yeah, Richard. He's
Hugo's the bald one.
Ah, right. Okay, so yeah, Richard doing a lot of the talking there, wasn't he, with the players?
Yeah, he does a lot of the tactical stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, it gives them an opportunity just to have a little chat with him. And then it'll be different to see if Aldershot do adjust to it, because I think that's the difference. I think York City's back line's playing much higher up the pitch.
Well, I said to you listeners that the managers can't go too early with their third substitutions. York are 68 minutes gone, and it's Xander Zizibar that's going to come on, I presume for Callum Harriott. So that'll be relatively a straight swap in the shape that they're in at the moment. Zizibar will go over on that left flank. He's full of running and trickery, so it might be a substitution they may have made anyway, but Harriott's afternoon is over, and with 22 minutes plus whatever's added on, let's say it's going to be probably 30 odd minutes left, York have used all their substitutes.
Yeah, I feel for them a little bit. 2 of them are injured, so yeah, I feel for them a little bit there.
It's a gamble, calculated gamble from Mickey Morton, throw in from Aldershot, headed on by Haji Minoga, cleared only as far as Cian Harries, who is a little bit heavy with his touch towards Harfield. Under pressure from Deepo Akinyemi, who'll be disappointed he hasn't scored. 4 chances in the space of 7 minutes, and one was wide, one was over the bar, one was weak and saved, and the other was well saved by the knees of Geordie van Stappershoef, who saved a couple of one-on-ones today, and that's what we want to see from him. I literally am dumbfounded by the crowd. It's been given as 2098. I was looking at 82829. Matt maybe 100 or so less. That's a huge drop-off from the opening day of the season. Huge. I know Aldershot have lost 2 games, but the entertainment then was brilliant. It's been great today as well.
A much higher away attendance.
308 York fans as well.
I'm sure.
Not for me to talk about a bit of creative accounting, but I can't believe there's only that in the stadium, Matt. I mean, it's got to be 2,500 in here easily. Anyway, those are the official figures. Here's Josh Stokes on the ball, plays it forward for Barham to chase, but Cordner's favourite on that one. Absolutely flabbergasted. I also can't believe there's only 308 York fans. If you're listening of York persuasion, that number looks a bit dodgy, doesn't it? Okay, ball forward, headed on by Akinyemi to Fallowfield. He touches it back to Ando. Ando's under pressure to go backwards. Well, cut out by Harfield. Into touch it goes. Throw into York. 70 minutes are gone. 20 plus whatever is added on. Ryan Glover's going to come on. That's not a bad shout for the shots.
Good shout, I think.
Who's going to go off there? Maybe it'll be Josh Stokes. I don't know. Good win from Ethan Burnett. He feeds Kwame Thomas, who gets the ball out of his feet, holds it up, and then he loses out to Ollie Dyson. But Kean Harris can get onto the loose ball. Barham's in there. On the edge of his area. Mason Campbell jumps and collects. Every moment's gone well for him since he came on at half-time, the young York City substitute goalkeeper. There's a missed time challenge from Aaron Jones, who needs to be careful. Simple foul on this occasion on halfway, but he can't miss time too many more. 72nd minute, ball through the middle will go all the way through to Geordie van Stappershoef. Aldershot, you need to dig out a 1-0 or find another gear. There's a ball in the right channel from Rowe, which finds nobody. And
that's
Aldershot
where we got to be better off. That's where we got to get better.
Have lost their way, and Tommy Widrington's hoping that Ryan Glover can come on and provide a bit of momentum. Callum Rowe goes straight through the middle, and that goes straight through to Geordie van Stappershoef. And the good news for Aldershot so far, Matt, is that despite the fact that they've lost their way themselves, York City haven't quite found theirs either, have they? I mean, they've created that little rush of chances.
Yeah, no.
But some of their balls are straight from back to front, going straight to Aldershot.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There's a ball flicked on and cleared away clumsily and uncertainly by Levy. Ando, corner to the shots, which might be the best they could have got out of that.
I was just going to say there, Bob, I said a few earlier when I was going hold it with Barham. A couple of times now, also, when we have got the ball up forward, when you're under pressure, you just want your front men, just hold that ball up. Now the midfielders get back with you, just keep the ball for a little bit and then sustain an attack that way. Just keep the possession, not just play it up the pitch through to the goalkeeper or to the centre halves, whatever it may be, because that just allows York City to come straight back at us.
That's Matt Foot. I'm Rob Worrell. You listen to BBC Radio Surrey Sport Online from North East Hampshire, the EBB Stadium, National League football. It's Shots 1, Minster Men 0. We're in the 73rd minute. Here comes the corner from Holly Harfield, headed away by Linnell John Lewis, headed back in by Ethan Burnett, or across really to Haji Minoga. His pass forward is cut out. He recovers well to get on it again, and then he's brought down just outside the D, pretty central by Callum Howe, I think it was. Either way, it's a free kick to Shots. Tyler Frost has grabbed the ball, and he's not going to let anybody else take this free kick, Matt Foot.
No, he's not set up with Taylor Shot.
I tell you what, he's done quite cleverly as well, Tyler Frost. That ball was only just outside the D. He's pulled it back to about 25, 26, 27 yards, which is a better distance to get a ball up and down.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yes,
I think he's done that deliberately.
Yeah.
There's no way that free kick was there, and the referee somehow has been hoodwinked. I don't think probably York City will mind too much, but Tyler Frost can have a go here. And I was speaking to him off air before the game, and he said, Ollie's letting me have a few more. He's a good strike. It does hit the wall though, and it comes back out. Frost goes down again, and he's pulled down again by Ando, who's going to get a yellow card, is he? I'm not sure. Yes, he is. So that's the quota of 5 yellows for the ref. 3 to Shots, 2 to York already. And this one's probably got to be Frost, unless Harfield sends in a left-footed outswinger. So this one's to the left edge of the penalty area as we look at it. It's pretty much a similar distance, isn't it? About 25, 26 yards out. And if Frost has got the ability to really I mean, there's no way that wall's involved. It's a two-man wall, but if he catches it right, they're not in it, are they?
I feel sure I'll put this into the back post.
This is potentially a tester for Mason Campbell in goal. Who will take it, Harfield or Frost? It is Harfield. Oh, it's poor. Headed away at the near post. Headed back in by Frost. And that's poor from shots. Really, really poor. And Harfield, who can't get that first assist of the season, you'd expect better from him, and Frost will be wishing he got the dibs on that one. Here come York on a little bit of a counter. Fallowfield in possession. Over to the right-hand side, taken down by the substitute, Zizibar. Zizibar feeds McLaughlin, going backwards to Cordner, who's going backwards to Mason Campbell, and still Ryan Glover waits to be brought into play, and Mason Campbell with the ball down the middle, bounces once, Van Stappershoef reads it well. I like his positioning and his reading of the game. I mean, we're slow to make a judgment really on Geordie Van Stappershoef. The gaffer says he feels sorry for him, doesn't think he's done too badly in the opening 3 games, but he's picked the ball out of the net 9 times. We'll call that 9 3/4 games now. 76 gone. Kwame Thomas with a knock on. In fact, he heads it down to himself. Now back to Aaron Jones. Aldershot threatening to get a foothold in this match again. They've been second best in the second half. Minoga out to the right side, taken on the chest by Aaron Jones. Can't get forward. Plays a little ball into the path of, well, Kwame Thomas reads it well and wins it. Finds Frost. Frost across to Kian Harris. Harris finds Thomas inside the area. Can he get a shot away? It's blocked by Tyler Cordner. Well done, Tyler. Credit where it's due. Ball through the middle, cut out by Haji Minoga. Finds Rowe. Rowe, step over. He's brought down. The ball runs loose to Burnett. Burnett with a good pass to Aaron Jones. Jones down to the byline. Pulls it back. Is put behind for a corner by Zizibar. Corner to shots, and the shots are back on top. And still they don't make the substitution.
Yeah, absolutely. And that one, Aaron Jones, he did really well. It's a great ball out to him, and then down to the byline, and then Stokes just pulled back, didn't he? And he was on the edge of the box screaming for it and couldn't quite find him.
Loads of options though, loads of choices.
Agreed. Yeah.
Harris was up there, he wanted the ball. Stokes wanted the ball. It went to Thomas. Thomas got his shot in, and it was blocked by Zizibar behind for a corner. Come on, Ollie. You've got a good delivery, let's see it. Left-footed at the East Bank end from the corner. In it comes to the heart of the goal. Headed away again by Linnell, John Lewis, and then helped on by Zizibar, I think it is. And out into touch. It'll be a throw-in to the shots. And still Glover waits. And we may have just lost connection. No, we're still on air, beg your pardon. And finally, Glover is going to come on. My guess is Stokes.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, it is Stokes.
It is Stokes.
Yeah.
He had a wonderful first 25 minutes. He has faded a bit. But I think that's because York realised what a threat he was. And several people in the ground rise to their feet for young Josh Stokes, who's coming off and draws applause from inside and outside the media box. Well done, Josh Stokes. Ryan Glover on, and he'll be a busy bee in these final 12 minutes plus whatever's added. He came on to pretty good effect at Ebbsfleet on Tuesday night. He had 3 efforts on goal. One of them fizzed off the inside of the upright. He reaches the shows for the throw-in, gets it back. And then the next ball from Aaron Jones isn't good, and it's given away. Straight foot race with Harfield and Fallowfield. Poor ball forward from Fallowfield, under pressure from Harfield. Goes all the way through to Geordie Van Stappershoef, who rolls it short to Kian Harris. Haven't given you any goals as yet. Kidderminster are down to 10 men now as well against Bromley, where it's still 0-0. Here's Aaron Jones up by the corner flag. Plays it back to Glover inside the edge of the area. Plays it back out to Burnett. Burnett tries a cross from deep. That deflects off a York player into the path of Cordner, who's won it. Lost out. Kwame Thomas feeds Barham. Pot shot. Didn't really compose himself, and it's wide. He could have fed Harfield to his left. And Cordner had a difficult moment there, but he rode his luck. Here's Kuyar. Good win from Kian Harris, and the ref pulls play back for a foul to York City. And a yellow card for dissent. I think
he's given it for the pullback the first time. That's what he's given it for. He signalled it.
Tyler Frost given a yellow. Don't open your mouth, don't touch another player's shirt from the opposition. The referee's now shown 6 yellow cards today, 4 to Aldershot. We're in the 80th minute. It's Shots 1, York 0. In comes the cross, headed up in the air by Rowe. Half cleared, Frost heads it away. Zizibar picks it up. Out to the left-hand side to Ando, one of 6 players on a yellow card. Gives it back to Zizibar, he's 1-on-1 against Rowe. Onto his right foot, into the area, trying to make room for a shot. That's blocked. Rowe follows up, but quickly onto it is Kuyar. He's out to the left-hand side. He plays it back to Ando. Ando clips the ball into the far post. It's past everybody, goes behind. And for a moment, Shots fans, you can breathe again. But you're going to have to hold your heart or your head in your hands for another 10 minutes plus whatever's added on. It's tight, it's tense. The Shots are ahead 1-0. I can't come to you, Matt, because they're going to come to me very shortly on radio. The heart rate is high this afternoon in North East Hampshire. The Shots have a precious lead, 1-0, and we're into the final 10 minutes plus whatever is added. Goal kick's taken short from Van Stappershoef to Harfield. He sends it down the line to Glover. Glover on the edge of the area. Glover shot over the bar. Yeah, Glover shoots over the bar. The Aldershot Town substitute, desperate to make an impact. It's still 1-0 to the Shots. I think in my last bulletin I said York were much better in the second half and were dominant. In the last 10 minutes there's been a shift change. Aldershot have got a foot in again. Glover is on for young Josh Stokes, who is building a bit of a reputation at just 19 years old. It's Aldershot Town, Joe. If they ever win, they do it like this, with everybody biting their fingernails down to their elbows. They've got 9 minutes just under to go, plus whatever's added on. That'll probably be another 10 to try and hang on or double their lead. Shots 1, York City 0. Harries clears from the back. Red card for Dorkin, who are already 3-0 down. Is Jack Barham battling away with Tyler Cordner, and Barham's the one that comes away with it, and then he's brought down, and surely this time the referee has to show yellow to Cordner, right? No sign yet to go for his card. 6 bookings already, 4 to Aldershot. Tyler Cordner probably should have been shown a yellow earlier. He wanders away. He's well away from it, and he's hoping the referee just leaves it at just a free kick. Well, this is going to be Ollie Harfield, surely. No, he's not even there. It's Tyler Frost. So level with the right-hand side of the penalty area. And Ethan Burnett's going over as well. It's about, again, 25 yards out from the goal line. But Tyler Frost is going to send a ball in here, right-footed. In it comes. Oh, he's massively overhit it. Come on, Tyler, what are you playing at? That is awful. And why isn't Harfield out there to at least keep the defensive side guessing? I know he's not known for banging them in top bins, or Ollie Harfield, but a little bit wasteful from set pieces, Aldershot. They could have perhaps doubled their lead if they'd been better.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Rob. And you know that's a wasted opportunity there. You got 83 minutes and thought you won it up. Good opportunity to put a good ball in, left foot or right foot, whatever you chose. They decided from the offset to go with the right foot, and it's gone straight out for a goal kick.
Another
really
good win from Cian Harries, who I've liked so far for Aldershot. He's picked up a bit of criticism from 1 or 2 other quarters, but I think he's a real asset to Shots defence this season. Rowe with the ball down the line for Thomas to chase. He chases it and keeps it in and goes past his man and has his shirt tugged by Tyler Cordner, who has to go into the referee's notebook this time. He's had 2 chances. Big cheers around the EBB, as they would for any opposition player getting a yellow. Yeah. But that's the most just yellow of them all, because it's the 3rd time he potentially could have got one. And now Tyler Cordner's on a tight route for whatever remains of this game. Whatever the scoreline's been, Matt, whoever's been dominant, this game has been entertaining throughout. Shots dominant first half, York in the first half of the second half, and now Shots coming again.
Yeah, agree, totally agree there.
It's a great comment, because we're about to take the corner, and over the free kick over on the far side. It's Ryan Glover, isn't it? Must be. Less blonde players in the team this season. Yeah. It's only about 10 yards back from the goal line, but right on the right-hand touchline, and it comes from Glover. Lovely delivery. Well, I don't know how Thomas didn't get a touch on that. It's gone past everybody and into touch. A throw in to York City. Nothing wrong with Glover's delivery.
Great
And you
ball.
were waiting for Thomas to just prod it over the line, but nothing happened.
No, he just didn't get there, did he? So yeah, no, it's a great ball and zipped in, like not one of them.
Oh, good headed interception from Frost. Good touch from Barham. Oh, Glover couldn't keep it in, but there was a slight touch from a York player, and the shots have got a throw. Aldershot Town fans, where have you gone? 5-2 home win, and on the back of 2 away defeats, you desert your team. 2,098. Only a 1,800 shots fans in here in the stadium, and they are 5 minutes plus added time away from potentially witnessing a win. Good strength from Glover. The ball breaks loose. Frost can only send it into touch. Widrington's not happy. York with something. York have a throw in. Fallowfield tries to take it in the Aldershot Town half. Referee says go back. Ando takes it inside to Callum Howe, and he doesn't have too many options, to be honest. He might have to go long. He does. Should be an easy winner for Kian Harries. He does win it. Follow through after the ball from Deepo Akinyemi means that Harries has won himself a free kick for Aldershot Town. And now, I would say for the first time this season, because they were well up against Oxford City, 2 or 3 goals, Aldershot Town are into game management mode now. 4 minutes plus whatever's added. And yes, of course, Tommy and every Aldershot supporter would like a second goal and like the game sewn up that way. But most importantly, they're 4 minutes plus added time away from a clean sheet, Matt.
Totally agree. Yeah, so when you got coming up to 86.5 minutes on the clock now, you do go into game management. You see what's added on, and they'll go from there. But yeah, rightly so. Agree. Game management now.
Barham onto a knockdown, down by the goal. He can't keep it in. He doesn't need to because it's a corner for the shots. Great game at Southend. They took the lead once. Hartlepool came back. They took the lead again. It's now Southend 2, Hartlepool 3. Charlie Seaman and Wealdstone have levelled against AFC Fyle. It's 2-2 there. Plenty of goals as ever in the National League this afternoon. Corner to the Shots, who are 1-0 up. 87 minutes now on the clock. Ryan Glover's going to take it right-footed. It's going to be an out swinger. A lot of players in very central positions, and it comes low. It's cleared up in the air by McLaughlin, headed back in by Burnett. I think that... Oh, free kick on the edge of the box. Burnett's fouled, and the referee, whatever you think of him and of his game, he's been very decisive all afternoon. And there he sees a foul. Minoga hopefully is okay. He's up to his feet. He's a strong lad. He's an athletic lad. He's a competent lad. And he's an absolute steal from Portsmouth for the season. Portsmouth don't realise what a player they've got on their hands. Aldershot do. Thank you very much, says Tommy Widrington. We'll have him for the season. Right, now there's a bit of argument about who's taking it. Aaron Jones, who has scored the only goal of the game for Aldershot Town this afternoon, is the skipper. He'll make the decision, and he may very well make it in his own favour. Kian Harries wants it. I think he's low down the pecking order. I think it's between Aaron Jones and Ollie Harfield. Frost there out of interest. So just outside the D, just right of centre, about 21, 22 yards out. Who's going to step up? It's Harries. Touch to him by Frost, and Harries is leaning back and shoots over the bar. And Aldershot have been good for big periods today, but a little bit wasteful for me from set pieces. They could have had the game sewn up by now, and they haven't. We wait to see if they will pay for it or not. Matt, for 88.5 minutes gone. Don't mind the cheers, it's just about a second ball coming into play. Start thinking, please, about your Aldershot Town man of the match. And then once we see how much added time there is, we'll decide when you're going to unleash it. Ball over the top from Harfield. Battling for it is a combination of Barham and Kwame Thomas, and that combination wins it. They exchange passes again. Barham touches it to Harfield. Barham inside to Kwame Thomas. Where's he going to touch it? Back to Glover. Glover to Barham. It's well read by Howe. Barham goes down. Ref says no, you're not having a free kick this time. Glover battles well. Combination of Glover and Jones win the ball back. Excellent stuff. Frost out to Glover. This is good from the Shots. Largely they've been good today. They deserve to be ahead overall for sure. Lost their way at the start of the second half, but they found it again now. Jones overlapping run from Glover. Glover holding it up under pressure from Kuyar, goes back to Jones, plays it off of Paddy McLaughlin into touch. Good game management so far. 20 seconds away from the 90. And listeners, you know the theme this season. Expect 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. It's going to be 9. Jack Parham's been given the official man of the match. We will give Matt Foot's official BBC man of the match in the next 6, 7 or 8 minutes. Shots 1, York 0. Ball bouncing harmlessly down by the goal line. McLaughlin decides to make contact with it and head it back to Mason Campbell. And Aldershot Town fans, you now know how long the squeaky bottom time is. 9 minutes plus whatever's added on from the 9 minutes. Here's Kuyar picking the ball up on the edge of the Aldershot Town final third, sending it out left to Xander Zizibar. Zizibar's ball forward is cut out by Rowe, gets there in front of Linnell John Lewis and clears it, and the ball bounces off of the roof of the south stand. Another ball comes in from the sidelines. Gateshead 4, Ebbsfleet 1. Gateshead with their lovely brand of football. Ebbsfleet can't cope with that. David Miles says 5 years of disappointment. Supporters are fickle. It doesn't matter if they play well against Oxford. We lost 2 games. It's also a price thing. Price didn't seem to matter on the opening day, did it? But we'll come back to that. 1 of 9 minutes added played. Cordner with a long throw into the area, flicked on. 2 Aldershot Town players jump. No one can get clear contact on it. Good play from Kean Harries. I'm going to dare to give you a group of players from whom I think Aldershot's man of the match might be from.
I've got 3.
You've got 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you... Oh, it is difficult. I'm going to give you Jack Barham,
yes,
Aaron Jones and Kean Harries, and Tyler Frost is my 4.
Yeah.
Maybe Harfield, from his own high standards, probably doesn't make the group for me today.
Right.
Have I got your 3 yet or not?
Yeah, the 3 are in there.
Where you go.
Yeah.
Then
Barham, Frost and Harries.
Barham, Frost and Harries. We've got at least 7 minutes to go. Even you can keep your mind open if you want to. Here's Ando battling with Barham. My mind's made up. I'm going to write it on the back here of who I think it is. And I'm not going to change my mind. I think he's won it hands down. But the ball's in touch. It's a throw. It's a free kick, sorry. I beg your pardon. In the right back position. Huge kick taken by Mason Campbell. Harries wins the header. Burnett wins the next header. Ball bounces loose. Kuyar, who's probably been the pick of the York players for me, finds Ando, who's looked more at home for me as a right-sided centre-back than he did in the left-sided wing-back role. And another huge kick from Mason Campbell as Cordner stays up like he used to do late on for Aldershot. Great win from Harfield. Header on from Glover. Ball's out to Kuyar. Kuyar tries to get it out to the left-hand side of the area. It's taken down by Deepa Akinyema. He's in. Ball in. Oh, it's towed in by the nous of Linnell John Lewis. Akinyemi with the assist. John Lewis toes it in. And Aldershot are potentially going to draw a game in which they've led for so long. We've got 6 minutes of added time left. And agonisingly, the Minster men have equalised. Shots 1, York 1.
Literally, so I was trying to not say it on the mic. Get out. So the first ball was dealt at Tyler Corner, where Rob said Tyler Corner went up. We got the header, when we got out, and we just didn't get out well. We just, whereas a bit of a young side maybe just stayed in there, and that's, for me, that's where they've been punished. You know, so had to get out a little bit quicker there. They didn't. That allowed the ball to come back into the back post, and they've been punished. They've been punished big time.
Oh dear, we've called it so many times. Shots have been on top for big periods of this game. Countless chances in the first 25 minutes. And somehow, some way, they might well end up drawing a game which they've led for so long. Oh, the shot down. Glover wins the header, goes back to Ando. They deserve it today, but perhaps their wastefulness from set pieces and their failure to take chances. Good rising jump from Haji Minoga. Kuyar picks up the ball, loses it, but it's won again by Zizibar. He threads it out to the right hand side. Cordner's gone back to playing centre back now. Well won by Kean Harries. Clips the ball down the line, looking for Thomas. Thomas holds the ball up. controls it well. There's two players running to it on the outside of him. One is Frost. The overlapping run from the skipper, Aaron Jones. Can Aldershot create and take one last chance? Here's Jones with the cross. Ando's going to head it behind. Corner to the shots. Cian Harries is down on his haunches. He's given everything. He's in the top two for the man of the match today for sure.
Yes.
Most likely with Barham.
Yes.
We'll find out. The three is down to two, but all any Aldershot Town supporter cares about is a minute. Can they get themselves a late winner? Glover back to Harfield. Harfield with a cross to the far post. Kwame Thomas header down from Haji Minoga is wide. Huge leap. Always going to be difficult to get it on target, and he couldn't. It's a goal kick to York. York have levelled late on. It's going to be heartache for the Nearly men. Shots won, York won. Just a ball into the area, low, and just prodded towards goal by Linnell John Lewis. Such is the nous of the player. Top scorer last season, and he's scored again here. It's a good knockdown from him there, but it's won by Cian Harris. Glover twists and turns one way then the other, and then Lewis does keep it in. McLaughlin sends it down the line. If Burnett can't get his clearance, Tyler Frost does. Throw in to York. 6 minutes of the 9 are gone. Kuyar takes it down. Harries can't win it cleanly in the area. Fallowfield will get an opportunity to put a cross in here from the right. He does. It's missed by a lot of people. Handball by Linnell John Lewis in the penalty area. Then holds his arms behind his back. He knows what he's done. Goal kick to the shots. It's hard to get a point in this league. It's very hard to get three. Aldershot have had three in their grasp all afternoon, Matt, and York City have potentially grasped it away.
Yeah, and I think Tommy will look back to that first half, Rob, where for me at half time we should have been out of sight, and we wasn't. And the 1-0, I said it earlier, Rob, 1-0 is a very, very dangerous scoreline.
Wealdstone were level against Fylde 2-2 and got a winner in 90+9. Can Aldershot do something similar? Rochdale have beaten Eastleigh 2-0. Barnet have beaten Woking 2-0. Maidenhead have beaten Dagenham Redbridge 2-0. All these home sides winning. The shots were winning. They've been pegged back. 2 minutes plus whatever's added from the 9 to go. Shots won, York won. 1-2's on the right hand side. Thomas wins it to Barham. Barham down the right hand side. A little ball to Glover. Can he get a cross in? No. Comes back on his left foot, tries a cross in, headed away by Fallowfield as far as Burnett. Burnett to Harfield. Harfield draws it across. Oh, no. It's just a tap in for Kwame Thomas, but he can't get anything on it. 6 yards. Another cross comes in the box, headed away by Ollie Dyson. That's only going to come to Cian Harris. Harris finds Harfield. He's got a man up against him. It's going to be difficult to make room for a cross. He gets away from that man. Can he get a cross in? Yes, he can. Header is half cleared. Headed on by Kuyar. Back down from Burnett, but it's going to run to Fallowfield, who plays it forward. Definitely offside if he wins it. Minoga wins it anyway. Barnett heads it on. Ball down the wing. Minoga turns. He's in his own area. No, it's been an equaliser. We've had 8 minutes of a minimum of 9 added on. York City equalised 3 minutes into the added 9. Akinyemi, the provider for Linnell John Lewis, but here's Frost trying to cross the ball in from the right, and the adrenaline's pumping, and he puts it behind the goal. Aldershot have been so good for such long periods today, Joe. Dominated the first half, lost their way at the start of the second, but kept their sheet clean. Agonisingly just 6-7 minutes away from the end of this one. They have conceded, and it looks like it's going to be just a solitary point. A great game to watch. I predicted a draw, a 2-2. It's looking like it's going to be a 1-1. We've got literally seconds to go. Come back to us if anything changes. Flick on from Linnell John Lewis. Akinyemi heads it on. Aldershot get a foot in to win it. It breaks loose. Barham in a foot race with Cordner. Barham wins it. Barham gets away from his man. Can he find his man down the right? He does in Glover. I'm just going to go with my man of the match. It is Barham. We'll go with Matt Foots in a minute. That'll be the official one. Barnett going backwards. Everyone says go forwards. Here comes Rowe. Rowe looking for... Oh, that's a foul, surely, on Jones. He'd given one last chance, perhaps, Matt, for shots to get some bodies into the area. Rowe goes, Minoga goes. Come on, Aldershot. See if you can get a late goal. Man of the match, who is it for you?
Jack Barham.
Yeah, Jack Barham. We're all in unison. The official man of the match, the commentator man of the match, the summariser man of the match, Jack Barham. Absolutely giving his all. Here's the ball into the area, an easy catch for, it should have been an easy catch for Mason Campbell, but he let it go. And at the far post, Haji Minoga launched himself. He couldn't make contact either. Goal kick to York. The 9 minutes has gone. 10 minutes has gone, in fact. That could well be it. Entertainment value, 9 out of 10 for me. Pointage, well, it's going to be split as it looks. Goal kick to York. Mason Campbell to take. There's the final whistle. And it's disappointment, it's heartache for the shots. Yeah, the final whistle's gone, Joe. And there's a flat atmosphere in the stadium. They've been entertained all afternoon. The shots have been very, very good at home in both home matches, but they're going to have to settle for 4 points from the 6, having conceded that late sucker punch to Linnell John Lewis, last season's top scorer for York City. For Aldershot Town, well, their standing skipper on the day, Aaron Jones, got their goal in the 41st minute, winning the ball, getting on the end of a 1-2 and scoring from a tight angle. And that's it. It's just a point for the shots. Disappointment around the ground, but they'll go again very, very soon. Final score from the EBB Stadium: Aldershot Town 1, York City 1. Oh, Matt, while I just catch my breath, over to you to try and sum that one up. Try and sum up whether you think Aldershot Town deserved 3 points or not, or whether through their own kind of undoing or poorness from set pieces really have only got themselves to blame for not winning.
Yeah, absolutely. They've only got themselves to blame, Rob. And I think they're going to look back to that first half when they really should have gone into half time at least 3-0 up. And I said 1-0 is a dangerous scoreline. This league is relentless, and all the time it was 1-0. York just needed that one opportunity, and in the 93rd minute they got it. I think Aldershot will look at this one as 2 points drop. I think over the course of the 100 minutes, whatever it was, they were the better side, with the exception of maybe that first 20-25 minutes in the second half. 45 minutes we were by far, they came out and then we finished stronger. So over the course of the game we were the better team, but you've got to take your opportunities, and Aldershot should have gone into half time at least 2, and that's I'm being generous there, maybe more.
So the Tyler Cordner derby ends 1-1. Cordner himself, one of 7 or 8 players booked, and his yellow card was a long time coming. But it's agony, it's heartbreak for the shots. The only one little thing, Matt, the agony and the heartache for shots probably at home last year would probably be a late loss, wouldn't it? Not a late draw.
Yeah, maybe so. But this league's relentless, and I think we have to look at that step. And I do believe this Aldershot Town team is a much better one than what it was last year, in my opinion. However, football it's a results-based business, and Aldershot, when you speak to Tommy, I think over the course of the games that we've had so far, he would have liked more points on the table than what he's currently got. But have Aldershot taken a step forward? Yes.
If you want, this is a bit of an off the kind of pitch moment, but if you want any indication of what a well brought up lad Josh Stokes is at 19 years old, whose head could be full of ego right now, he's the Aldershot Town player clearing up all the half drunk and empty bottles in the substitutes bench. Of course, he may have been told to do it, but nevertheless he is doing it. And getting back to the point though, as the Aldershot Town management team have their little wash up themselves before they go and talk to the players, so much to be positive about this Aldershot Town team, and I'm almost mystified really as to how they've not managed to win this game today.
No, absolutely, they should have won this game, and this game today is definitely 2 points dropped, so there's no getting away from that. They've come out with it with 1, they should have come out with it 3, so they've come out 2 points dropped. And I think Aldershot, at home we look very, very good. The 2 home games we've had, performance-wise, we've been very good. Away from home, will they adapt a little bit more in terms of will they be as expansive with the 2 up top and the 10 away from home? I'm not so sure they will going forward, personally. Something that I'm sure the management team might be looking at. But at home, it's working definitely. And, I'd like to think, next home game, there'll be a bigger gate here because this performance deserves more than what we've got today.
I'm a little bit gutted because our two kind of final group for man of the match, Jack Barham, played his heart out but didn't get a goal, and Kean Harris played so well at the back as well and didn't get a clean sheet. So that sort of adds to the frustration from a media point of view. You always look at what's the angle to talk to somebody after the game. Josh Stokes, caught the eye again but didn't last the game and perhaps faded a little bit. So I'll have a think about who to talk to player-wise from this one. But Tommy Widgerton, I think, is probably going to be talking about performance levels over result again, because the performance levels from Aldershot Town this afternoon were enough to win any game of football, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Performance-wise, Tommy won't ask for any more from them. I'm sure he won't. The performance was very, very good.
Yeah.
But with the exception of in that first half being more ruthless in front of the goal. That's the only exception. And now that's what's come back to haunt us, isn't it? Because 1-0, we all know, Rob, 1-0 is always a very, very dangerous scoreline, especially when you're getting 9-10 minutes added on at the end of games.
Yeah. Listeners, if you're still with us, of course there's a lot of disappointment, but be optimistic about the cohesion of this team. It already has much better patterns of play than last season's Aldershot Town. As a team, it's going to create more chances this season for sure. Defensively, very, very close to their first clean sheet, and I think they'll definitely have tougher tests in attack than York City. But we mustn't forget that period of 10-12 minutes in the second half where York created 4 or 5 chances in the space of 10 minutes as well. York will probably counter-claim that they deserved a point on the afternoon. They certainly battled for it. I think we should just about wrap it up there, Matt. I want to thank you very much. Matt didn't know if he was doing this today or not. He kept on standby for me. He stayed off the drinks in the pub when he could easily have had a good old neckful with his mates today. So thank you for that, Matt. I hope you've enjoyed the game.
Yeah, no, really, really good to be back, so back behind the mic. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Thanks for having me. And yeah, whenever you need me, more than happy to come back and join you again, Rob.
Great stuff. I'm trying to find the email with the name in and I can't, but I just want to say to you listeners, no midweek game, and then 2 games next weekend. The first game is here again at home to Wealdstone. Steve Gibbs will be back in the chair as the regular home summariser, and I can't remember, forgive me, the name of the commentator who'll be with him. I'm actually away up north at a family wedding, so I'm going to just have to bite my nails between 3 and 5 and hope for the best. But I do intend to be back from up north and down the extreme south come Monday when Aldershot Town will be playing at Eastleigh, somewhere where you've done the summarising a couple of times. Are you going to that one or not?
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you then. Matt's on standby to be the summariser there. I'm waiting to hear whether or not another ex-Aldershot Town player is available for that game. But if not, it'll be Matt Foot in the chair at Eastleigh, which he's done before, and he's done before to good effect. So a full week for the Shots to prepare, and they'll have to use their squad wisely, won't they, over next week. We hope that O'Keefe is able to take some part again, because Shots are a bit light in midfield, but Burnett come on, didn't he? Yeah. And he looks a competent enough player, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got him as a backup, then with the budget that we have, then that's thank you very much.
You've got Ochieng as well, of course, who's not in the squad. You can't really let him go out on loan at the minute while Widrington and O'Keefe are carrying injuries.
Yeah. And also, by the way, he's not a bad footballer, He's probably feeling a bit outdone by a little bit, Maybe away from home, he could be one to come in if you do want to solid it up a little bit more, potentially away from home.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that's good headaches to have for Tommy, isn't it?
Absolutely. Good performance this afternoon from the Shots, not quite matched by the result. Final scoreline here from the EBB: Aldershot Town 1, York City 1.